Slapz and Trapz Radio, Volume 1, the compilation album presented by C. Austin, available right now on all streaming platforms everywhere.
Because Detroit hip-hop scene struggled, you know what I'm saying? As many artists as had, they just wasn't giving us, you know what I'm saying?
They wasn't fucking with us. We're going to call it for what it is. They wasn't fucking with us.
And if you wasn't dulling out the money like that, you know what I'm saying, the radio stations, you had a few, don't get me wrong, man, you had some DJs that supported Detroit artists, you know what I'm saying? DJ DDT, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Art in the Dark.
DJ Drunken Master.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That you know, that would try. Someone would get in trouble for putting on Detroit music.
You know who else always supported niggas too and still do to this day, man? That nigga Big Dog Blast. Big Dog Blast.
Big Dog Blast. Big Dog Blast. Bang our shit.
You gotta give
he always and still to this day give Detroit artists a chance. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Blast, what up, man?
You gotta also give it out to Billy T, man. Billy T did a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Billy T did a lot for Detroit artists back then, man.
So many pioneers, man. OG Gary Chandler, DJ Godfather. You know what I'm saying? The pioneer shit. Art Force, you know what I'm saying? All that techno shit, all them niggas.
Yeah. Foolish used to do the DJing back in the day too. He used to support.
I just ran into Foolish at the mall, man. Nigga was in the Yay store, man. Selling Yays and shit.
He was where?
Man. At the Yay store. At
that sound like
Fairlane.
He keep different Yays.
Chopped it up with him, man. Good, genuine nigga.
Oh boy. Slapz and Trapz. Yes, sir. Radio podcast. C. Austin, I see you, baby. With the Slap guy. We up in here now. C. Austin, the DJ. Yes. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Joe Wanda, the greatest show on earth. Check it. Word to the Slap guy. Let's talk. Spend about an hour to compress thought. An honest conversation with C. Austin. Subscribe for the updates. It will be often. With an ear to the street. Kicking that street dung with a clear tongue. Is it clear to my peeps? Good. We can proceed. The guests on this podcast. Nothing but some G's. Smash that subscribe button. That's what it's used for. Ring that bell like you just sold a used car. Slapz and Trapz. Radio podcast. Don't compare us to the rest. We a contract.
Slapz and Trapz Radio.
Slapz and Trapz Radio.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
What up, dope? What up, dope? What up, dope? What up, dope?
What it do?
Slap guys definitely inside of the building. Now today, we got 6 Mile Royalty in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know how I'm coming with this podcast shit. Y'all know I only interview OGs. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I only interview real niggas, certified and stamped. You know what I'm saying? So these two fellas right here, you looking at them. If you know, you know. I don't even got to say nothing. I know what's going through your mind right now is how in the fuck did this nigga make this happen? You know what I'm saying? That's for you to wonder, you know? But ladies and gentlemen, I got BK, a Paystyle Records in the motherfucking building, and I got OG Fast in the building. Fellas, welcome to Slapz and Trapz Radio, the Honest Conversation Podcast. How y'all feeling? Good, man.
On the side of the track.
Glad to be here, man.
Good, man. Now, fellas, let me give y'all the rundown about this podcast here. I started Slapz and Trapz, the Honest Conversation podcast 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It was created strictly for OGs. Now, don't get it messed up, man. We support our youngsters for sure. We might feature or post them here and there, but we cater to the OGs because I feel like the youngsters got way more platforms and, you know, they got more hookups than we do. There's really nobody that's not unbiased catering to the OGs. So decided that I was gonna be the nigga to do it. You feel me? And I've yet to see anybody else do it. It's a few niggas who do it here and there, but nobody's doing it consistently. So this platform is strictly for the OGs, and y'all being OGs, man, it's only right. So I want to welcome y'all to Slapz Trapz Radio, man. I appreciate y'all time, man. Thank you for pulling up.
That's what's
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
All day.
So, I don't want to waste no time, man. I got a paper full of questions. You know what I'm saying, man?
Okay.
I had to prepare myself for this shit. You know, I like to be on point, man, when I ask these questions, you know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about y'all upbringing, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead, man. I'm gonna let y'all take the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I say Dexter made me, 6 Mile paid me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, you know, I started out on Dexter. Came to 6 Mile. You know what I'm saying? And then, damn, I really don't want to get too much into that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I really don't want to get too much into that. But, you know, Dexter made me, 6 Mile paid me all day. And I'm from everywhere, man, you know?
I'm a nomad. You know what I'm saying? When I need the room.
I'm from everywhere, man.
What about you, Fats?
Oh, man, I grew up, I have to say I grew up in the city of Detroit, man. I belong to the city. I grew up, you know what I'm saying, like you said, I'm 6 Mile made. You know what I'm saying? I was started off over there off Finkel in Evergreen area, man. I got a lot of partners over there. I grew up with, you know what I'm saying?
Rosedale Park, Brightmoor area.
Brightmoor area, yeah, Rosedale Park, right in the middle. Tell you the truth. Right in the middle of both
I used to stay on Finkel and Auburn.
Shit, I was on off. How do I say it? I was over there off Vaughn, Stout, Kenfield, all that little area, right between Grand River and Finkel. You know what I'm saying? That's where where I started. But then, you know what I'm saying? I was pretty much raised off 6 Mile, Illinois area, between 6 Mile, Illinois, Wyoming area. You know, I grew up with all those guys, and you know what I'm saying? You know, how do I say it, man? I wasn't poor, you know what I'm saying? But you know how it is. The streets, you get tied in, and next you know what I'm saying? We make it happen.
One thing turned to another.
You know what I'm saying? When you start making it happen, you start trying to grow up and be a man too fast. You know, grow up too fast. That's what our generation did. We learned how to get out there and go get it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't look for no handouts. You just, you know what I'm saying, you went and got it.
Let me ask y'all this, fellas, man. Was there anybody from y'all hood who inspired y'all? You know what I'm saying? You know, we came up in the days where niggas was getting money, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, yeah.
without being incriminating, I always tell my OG niggas this shit, without being incriminating, speak on as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? As far as who you guys were inspired by. Locally,
in the hood, or in like
just the hood. We'll get to the music and all that shit in a minute. I'm just talking about just strictly from y'all hoods, you know what I'm saying? Whatever hood, you don't gotta be one hood specifically. Whatever hood.
Yeah. Inspired to just
inspired. Period. You feel me?
Yeah, like man, I used to look at my dogs, like everybody I was around, you know, my family, you know, but my dogs for real. You know what I'm saying? Like the clique, you know how like when you like in the, it's like when you like let me see how you could say it, like let me see, like when you like got like a neighborhood. Say you got a neighborhood, right? Inside the neighborhood you got a block, but inside the block you got a house. That house right there, that's who I would look at to get inspired. So like you got a group, like our neighborhood was like clicked up with different cliques. You follow what I'm saying?
I do.
And like inside everybody was cool, but certain guys was closer than others. You know what I'm saying?
You know exactly what you're saying.
And so
Like everybody did their own thing, pretty much. You niggas fuck with each other. Some niggas just did their own thing.
Some niggas did their own thing, but
Everybody came together.
Everybody came together. When everybody came together, you would see like, okay, damn, you know, I see that's what they on. Okay, let me put that in my shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you come back, bring it back to the homies. The homies like, shit, okay, you know, whatever they could do. Then we learn off each other. It's like, shit, iron sharpen iron type shit. Yeah. You know, because we ain't really had no OGs. We had niggas that was older, but the generations was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then them niggas ended up, you know, they be hating on you. Like, damn, nigga, you know, certain niggas fuck with you. And so we'll learn from that, like, okay, certain shit.
So let me ask you this, fellas. Would you say is more from experience and more from the situation more than a nigga or an older nigga? You know what I'm saying? You say niggas hating or whatever.
A little of both, man. I give them to it's a little of both. You know, you had your OGs. So you know how it go when you grow up. You had your OGs that's really gonna spit some real game to you. Then you got some OGs that's gonna tell you some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're growing up, you know what I'm saying, it's hard when you're young, it's hard to decipher which one is which until, you know, you see which ones really told you some real shit and the other ones that just, you know what I'm saying, hyping you up for some bullshit. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying, we had some OGs in the hood, you know what I'm saying?
We did have some G's for sure. We had some G's.
We had some legends, you know what I'm saying?
We had definitely got some legends.
Our area, you know what I'm saying, had a bunch of legendary people.
Y'all, I was just finna get into that. Y'all come from a very, very legendary neighborhood, man. You know what I'm saying? And what just so happened to be my whole family from over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only nigga that didn't go to school over there. But it's like I still consider myself an over there just on the strength of my family tree. You know what I'm saying? Going way back in the day, my grandmother's first house was on London. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even born yet. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's all my uncles went to Mumford. My mama went to Mumford. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I mean? Just nigga, like we said, legendary area. But let me ask you this, fella, because I don't want to get too off topic, man.
We was like, not to cut you off real quick, we was pulling from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like all different type of ways, you know? And then you wouldn't know how great a person was or how great their advice was until hindsight. You know, like, damn, okay, damn, that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as it was going down, you just had to be just attentive into what what was going on.
In the moment.
In the moment, yeah. In the moment, yeah. Straight up.
I can dig that.
Hell yeah.
So shit, if y'all don't mind, fellas, once again, without being incriminating, man, give us a little stories about some of them experiences. You know what I'm saying? What was that like, man? I mean, just a good 6 mile experience, man. You know
a 6 mile experience?
Yeah, tell us about a good 6 mile desperate experience or two. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Something interesting. You know
Something interesting? I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you a jewel right here. This was like, let me see. I want to say, what was this about? Shit, what was that about? I think I was 14, you was 15, fact. Or I was 13, you was 14. And we was over on Santa B. We called it Santa B, right? Mm-hmm. And Fact was like, he was like,
legendary block.
Huh? On Santa B? Yeah, we was on Santa B. And Fact was like, he was like, I'm trying to remember exactly what you said, but it was like, I'm telling you, he'll eat Swift up. He'll eat Swift up. I'm like, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't think so. I think it, you know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be.
Okay.
You know, I'm thinking it's gonna be, you know.
And what? Rapping? What?
And rapping.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm thinking it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be close. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ran into him. You know, him.
First, you gotta know who the whole backstory.
Yeah, Swift be spitting, man.
I'm gonna get to it.
No. You gotta say no, because this guy right here was always trying to find a rapper that if you say you can rap and you was good, he was always trying to show that. No, I know somebody better than you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Swifty come and play. So I'll let him tell the story, but you gotta know that at this point he finding people.
Yeah, I was on the hunt, dog. You know, I'm trying to put shit together, you know. I'm coming for niggas' heads, you know, like, man, come on, we can do this shit, you know.
That.
So I'm like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. I be seeing him in the studio. He be over there in the studio over my man Money House. I'm gonna go over there and holler at him and see if we could put it together and shit, you know. So fact, like, all right, I'm gonna see if hold on, I'm gonna see if Shine gonna do it, you know, if Shine gonna do it. He get with Shine. Shine like, yeah. Where he said, bring him over here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, when y'all coming? You know, I'm like, I don't know, I gotta go holler at him, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. Boom. I go over next day or two. I go over to Money House. I see Swift. I tell Swift, I'm like, hey, whoop-de-whoop. Swift was already was telling him, like, hey, my man, I don't know, my man might get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might eat you. You know what I'm saying? He like, no, we know, you know, like, when you want to do it. Swift wasn't really, it was like he wasn't really in the battling yet, but he was good though. You know, Swift was
a monster.
Swift was a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Swift always was dope.
But not in the beginning. He wasn't like a freestyler. He more was like written. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He wasn't but Swift was Swift and still is a hard. Got bars. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, I don't know. He might get you. That's why I wanted to see it. You feel me? But
you gotta piss him off. That nigga chop your fucking head off.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, this like not the 1990. This like 1994 maybe.
Yeah,
93.
93, 94. Actually, yeah, probably about 93.
1993.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is 93. I'm 14. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, so y'all still young.
Yeah, I'm still young. This before niggas got record deals. This before anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this before niggas damn. This when Swifty name was Swifty McVeigh.
No, it wasn't McVeigh. It was what was Swift? Yeah, it was.
It was Swifty McVeigh. Swifty McVeigh.
Because that's when it was him, Beretta.
He was with the Ravens.
Yeah,
he was with the Ravens.
It was Ravens.
He was with the Ravens.
Yeah,
and he was a cold motherfucker. But Los too. Los was a
still is.
Los still is a beast.
All three of them was a beast. The group was dynamic.
Yeah, them niggas. Yeah, that shit
hard too.
That shit was hard. That's why
I remember all that Raw Collection shit back in the day and all that shit. I had all that shit.
Raw Collection. Tell you the truth, man. Just my honest opinion. That's probably one of the dopest collective of rappers Detroit ever seen.
Yeah, that shit was
as a whole. The Raw Collection thing, don't you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was so many different.
If shit was popping like how it is now with the Detroit rappers back then, like when they was doing their thing, I think that'd be on. Because they already was on, but I mean like on. You had,
you know what I'm saying? The chemistry between the group as it is, and they was still their own entities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you had
that shit was hard.
Yeah, the Raw Collection was one of the dopest that ever come out of, like, Detroit had so many dope rappers back then, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That just didn't, because Detroit wasn't popping in the industry like that. They didn't get the feel, that they didn't get the, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the recognition they got. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of shit niggas couldn't get along with
Like,
each other.
you know what I'm
too,
saying? Like,
know
you
what I'm
hit,
saying?
like, Mercer Samir opened the door, but they shut it on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You had AWOL. They opened the door. They shut it on him. You know what I'm saying? You had, you know what I'm saying?
Detroit's most wanted.
Exactly. They opened the door. Yeah, they did. You know what I'm saying? And then they shut it on him.
Eshawn had to go independent.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah, Eshawn was going
and
hard.
people, you know what I'm saying?
Eshawn, that was one of my favorite rappers right there.
Yeah, Eshawn was, Eshawn had a
coming
cold,
up.
he had
Eshawn
one of the coldest runs in
He
Detroit.
was. We used to always bump his shit
Yeah.
hard everywhere.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But
Classic album was Booming Words from Hell and Dead Flowers.
Dead Flowers.
Dead
But you
Flowers
can't-
was hard. Closed casket.
That
Closed
tape with
casket, you know what I'm
Sunshine. What was the
saying?
name of that tape with
Closed
Sunshine?
I think that was Closed Casket or
Sunshine.
Homie Don't Play That. One of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
No. With
And
Dead.
that
with-
Closer Down
Sunshine.
7 Mile and all that shit.
Yeah, I think that was, somehow might have been one of the Judgment Days. You know, Sunshine might have been
Sunshine
on
was
one of
on,
the
you
Judgment
know,
Days.
Sunshine. Yeah,
I mean, I
think
can't remember that shit.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
shit was hard though.
Shout out Sean. What up, dope boy?
So Swift. I told him like, yeah, you know, I don't know. That proof, he gonna battle. He said he gonna battle you. So
Before I cut you off, but the one you brought before Swift, what was the Live Professor? What was his name?
no, you talking about Blair. You talking about Blair. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah,
Rest in peace. That was
yeah.
hard. That was hard though. Blair was he reminded me of Fife a little bit. You
The
know.
look.
The
The look. Don't get me wrong. The look. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know.
But then it was that Blair one, and then I thought you brought that boy Nutty Professor. What's it, Live Professor? What was his name?
You talking about Pat? You talking about Pat?
Oh, Blair's boy. Remember when they was talking? I know Deshaun ended up getting into it at the Ebony Showcase, I believe, one time.
What?
Yeah, over the battle.
What does not?
Oh man,
That's crazy.
I think. No, that was my man. He hit with the ketchup bottle. I thought his name was like Nutty Professor or Live Professor. Oh, it was they boy. They kept talking. Remember, because after he smoked Blair, Blair's like, "Oh, my man gonna get on you."
I remember him. I can't remember his name. I remember him.
So what ended up happening? Did they battle?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was the battle king right here, man. He was the
Yeah,
battle
hell
up.
yeah, they battled. I went over to Swift. I told him I was, listen, what time we was gonna hook it up or whatever. Woo, woo. We went over there. The next day, we go into Santa B.
In the basement.
In the basement. You know what I'm saying?
In the dungeon. That's where it go down.
In the dungeon. And Swift went first. Swift went first.
Yeah.
Swift went first.
Yeah, Swift went first.
Swift went first, and that's what I'm saying. Swift was hard. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't ready for what was about to take place. You feel me? Like on some real shit. Like Swift was spitting a battle rap, but he was throwing bits and pieces of freestyle in there.
Like what? Like you wasn't developed all the way?
Nah, he
Like
was a
what?
cold motherfucker. Like his shit was polished,
Yeah.
but he wasn't like
It's
taking it in the moment. And I'm about to tell you what I'm talking about too, right? So they battling. Boom, 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 boom. Swift do his thing. Then Deshaun come on. You know what I'm saying? He comes on to the it wasn't no mics or nothing. It's his turn. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what he all about.
dog, all I know is this. He used Swift name in an acronym, right? He said, because we was talking about Swifty. I was telling him like, man, Swifty this, Swifty that, right? Just trying to hype it up, right?
Right.
In the battle, he was like, Swifty. I'ma tell you what Swifty stand for. Sucking while fondling testicles. And it was over. Like niggas like, oh, it's over. It's done. It's a wrap. Swift even was like, dog, it's over.
They became good friends.
That's when it set it off. Swift was like, man, you know what I'm saying? It was up. They were hung out. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling here. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's
crazy.
You know, that was a crazy ass day, dog. And then they went and formed, you know what I'm saying? Then they thug this years and years later, though.
No, that wasn't that long after that, bro.
Yeah, because I think they was like 17 or something. They was like...
No. Remember, at that point in time...
Because we was 14, 15. We was kids.
Yeah, we was kids, but it wasn't too long after that. You got to remember, you know what I'm saying? Time seemed like it flew past, but...
I think it was like 10 years.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because the time... That had to be... When that happened, that was like 93, 94.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was like 93, 94.
Somewhere
around there.
So maybe 2 years, 3 years afterwards.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, you're right. Because and then they start. That's when it started setting it off.
That's when everything really started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they became. How do you say Well, I guess because there was so many different groups back then, man. So 94, it had to be like you said, 93, 94.
That shit crazy, bro.
And then...
Because 94, that was around time DBGs and Fingers and them was doing their thing.
Yeah, it was, everything was bopping in the city, dog. Like the rap scene, the hip-hop scene.
Eshawn was doing his thing.
That's when Trick came out.
Trick was doing his thing.
Trick was doing his.
Then you had Exchange.
Goon Squad, all that shit was going on.
Because Exchange, that's when... Freaky the song.
That freak me.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
That shit was the shit, nigga.
We used to go hard. We used to bug at that with that motherfucker, dog. Like that was
put that
awesome.
shit on right now. All the
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. That all gonna come out them bitches. I don't give a fuck.
That one, and then you had that's when the Goon Squad had. They hit the first hit single, "Shake That, Make That Booty Pop."
Yeah, because when did let me see, that was like 90.
Because what? Everywhere we go, we deep came out after that.
That was 15 years old, man.
Now, when those came out, we had to be about 16, 17.
Let's go back to how y'all was raised and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, did y'all have both parents in the household?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you come up with moms and pops and shit. Like, what was that like? During the early days, before the music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
before the street shit.
Music, before the streets. Man, I was like, I was off.
Talk about the early days, man, like what led up to all of these things.
Man, I was
you
off the porch. I was off the porch early, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom passed when I was 3 years old. You feel me?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So
man.
it was like,
yeah,
man. You know, I appreciate that. You know, but shit, as I got older, you know, it just. So I grew up, but my pops was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the real man. You know what I'm saying? And I came up with like it's me, and it was two. I got two sisters. You feel me? And so I was off the porch early though, cause he had to work. You know what I'm saying? Go work. You know what I'm saying?
Go make the bread.
Go make the bread. So we kind of was taking care of each other. You feel me? So we put it together like that.
What about you, Fat? Speak on.
I mean, I was raised. It started off with both parents. You know what I'm saying? Or they started off, but you know, life happens. You know what I'm saying? One parent went down the wrong path, and you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna say went down the wrong path. His
life was life.
Lifing. There you go. One parent, life was lifing. The other parent had to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? And then
Was what it was.
who else? There you go.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Yeah, and then my pops got remarried though too. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He got remarried. He married, and that's his wife and my stepmom. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man.
So-
That's what's up, man.
What it is, you know what I'm saying? I
So
mean,
let's talk about the schooling, man. If y'all don't mind, like I said, anything y'all want to answer, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? These are just questions that the people want to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what schools did y'all go to, man?
shit, I went to way too many to talk about.
Hell yeah! I went to like
Sound like me.
I was bouncing around, man. I went to like 13 schools, you know, before I graduated. You feel me? Like
All right, well, I got one better than, man. Shit, let's talk about what middle school and high school y'all went to.
middle school, high school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I went to
Around time everything started forming. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Okay, shit. The motherfucking middle school, I went to Catholic. Was it Catholic school?
Yeah,
Catholic school. I went to Jesus for Catholic school.
Okay.
You know, that's where Aaliyah, you know, a lot of people came out of there. That's how we all know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of us came out of there, you know. Then I went to
Yeah, Leah went to school with my sister too at Christ the King.
yeah, that was our homegirl, man. Aaliyah was cool, you know what I'm saying? I know her brother, Rashad, you know what I'm saying? We used to play basketball together, you feel me?
I always heard that shit be like you like the nigga that know everybody like the, what's a good word? I say the glue. Would that be fair? You know
The
what I'm
glue,
saying? Like
yeah. That's a good word. That's a good word.
I don't want to say plug. Everybody say plug. You know what I'm saying? No, but I always heard, man. You know, y'all niggas a little older than me. You know what I'm saying? But I always heard like B know every motherfucker.
Yeah, that's how I
and
say
like
the glue.
before, like niggas was who they were and who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like you too, Fats. That's why I wanted you to
Hell
come. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he the glue
Cause G was
too.
telling me like, man, you gotta get Fats. I was like, shit, let's just interview him then. Cause he was like, man, Fats gonna remember more if niggas don't remember shit. Like Fats should remember. So I'm
yeah.
like, shit, niggas wanna know.
Hell
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's y'all story, man. And once again, like I'm in the OGs telling their story. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So
Like I said, middle school, I went to, first I used to go to this one that was on Livernois. I think it was called Burton International. Then I went to Jesu. You know what I'm saying? I did Jesu from 1st to 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about that, it was a Catholic school, it was a private school, but it was just the stuff that went in there, man.
still in the hood.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of cool motherfuckers.
But see, the thing about that is,
Jesus.
that like my cousin said, one of his famous lines. You went to, you know what I'm saying? You had a lot of, Jesus was mixed. You know what I'm saying? The thing about that, and I ain't talking about just white or black. You know what I'm saying? You had rich and poor in Jesus.
Yeah, it was a lot.
You know what I'm saying? You had some kids that parents who had lots of money, and then you had some who was just there, you know what I'm saying, barely, you know what I'm saying, but, or they got the, you know, Catholic schools got to give out funds and stuff like that. So they tuition got paid and their parents might have worked there, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And you had a mixed boiling part, but you don't, when you're a kid, you don't realize that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my cousin said, man, you know what I'm saying, I came to school to play with rich kids, went home to play with killers. You know
yeah, that shit was crazy too.
You know, and it's kind of crazy.
It's like you living a double life.
Yeah.
It's like a double life, dog. Because motherfuckers don't even associate. You feel me? That shit
we
be
in
crazy.
the big cities, everything fast, moving fast.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
And then you gotta look at,
fuck.
you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta look at, you know what I'm saying? Some of them kids that's in that private schools getting raised off dope money.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I'm
shit's
saying?
crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, people don't understand that, and you don't work as a kid. You don't
Especially
know
in
about
the
that.
80s, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And you don't, as a kid, you don't realize the dynamics of people that's in there, because all we know is we come to school, we play with this guy, you know what I'm saying? We in class with this guy, we learn, and then you go home. You know what I'm saying? You don't really talk about your home life to other kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and that's, you know, and this was crazy. Like I said, you grew up. Like I tell people, man, I wasn't poor. You know what I'm saying? My parents wasn't poor. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, don't get me wrong, my dynamics of my family had both. You know what I'm saying? You had the street side, you had the ones that that wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
The
But they still,
corporate
yeah,
side.
the
Let me
corporate
let me stop you
Entrepreneurs.
right there, facts, man, because that was some real shit you just said, and I want to highlight that and let niggas know that. You know what I'm saying? How you said you wasn't poor. You know what I'm saying? Young niggas, if y'all ever see any of my podcasts, pay attention to what Facts just said, because that's very important. There's nothing wrong with not being poor. It's too many of you niggas running around perpetrating, feeling like you gotta be from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
hell
acting
nah.
like you gotta be poor, man. Shit, you don't understand. Like niggas is trying to get out of this motherfucker, not come to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And that's what I was trying to, you know, say. I wasn't poor, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I didn't have as much as certain kids did, but, you know what I'm saying? I had enough to survive. You know what I'm
Call
saying?
that middle class.
There you
know
go.
what I'm
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
No. And then, but, you know, the thing is that, like I was trying to explain, that the dynamics is different, like, especially when you live in the city, in a black city.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know. When you grew up in a neighborhood, everybody know everybody. It used to be like everybody knew everybody's families. It's not like that no more. These young guys now, you know what I'm saying, they have it different from us. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, we know Miss Johnny Mae. You know what I'm saying? She know my mama, she know my auntie, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody used to, but now these young
We
guys
know all the factors, like the hood
good
factors. You know what I'm
right?
saying?
That's what brought. You know what I'm saying? That's what brought us in, and that's how, like you said, who did you look up to? There was so many different people to look up to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But these young guys don't have it like that. Most of the time, they look up to somebody that's off TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, or a legend that they heard about. You know what I'm saying, or they might have seen. But we grew up with these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was growing up with these people. They was in your face. You know what I'm saying?
All that shit. They just regular people.
They was
real people.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of OGs that didn't make it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I
Way
hate
too
that.
many to name.
Right.
And you know what? It was certain dynamics too, like
That brought everybody together, or brought people together.
yeah, that brought people together. And I'm saying I'm catapulting off what you said about the different dynamics of the family, like how we had certain people that was getting money, certain people that was, you know, was up here rich as fuck, and then we had certain people that was, you know, just surviving, trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. All of them taught us something from every last
exactly.
one. Like
learned
some
something
of
from
them taught
everybody.
us how to get it, you know, hustle for it, you know, and then some of us taught us what to do with it once we get it. You know what I'm saying?
Stability.
The stability of it, like the long term, dog. And that's what pulled us through a lot of shit too. You feel me? Like, you know, it was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause
We came from like the outcast. We used to be up in the outcast. You know, we'd be kids at the outcast,
Old
dog.
school,
You know
I'm
what I'm
talking
saying?
young, man.
Boy.
Young, dog. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
we had, you know, I tell this story, you know what I'm saying, and this is long, people don't believe in me, but we had a
Good
club.
old days, nigga. If you know about the Outcast, boy, you know.
Look, check this out, though.
We had a club at 13, 14 years old. I'm talking about a real club. Like, we were getting
A club.
a club. Like, you know what I'm saying? People was coming to pay to get in our club.
Club. Tell them who the partners were.
Okay, so it was, that back in the day was our cousin Puffy, which, you know what I'm saying? You had Trick, Hard, Third Leg, Styles. And it was Club Paradise back then.
And I was helping them.
Everybody
Like, I
promoted,
was
yeah.
passing out.
Everybody was promoting,
passing
yeah.
the word. Like, hey,
You know y'all
You
gotta
know-
speak about that shit. That's
you
what
know
I'm
the
saying.
shit used to go, hey, it was, hey, that shit was
Slapz
crazy.
Trapz exclusive, baby.
Hey,
Let's
that
go.
shit used to be
So,
crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It was funny is because, like, you know what I'm saying? How do you,
That shit,
we
where
get
that
dropped-
shit used to be off the boulevard and like
right off Grand Boulevard, and I want to say right,
Third Street or some shit
that's
over
either
there.
Brush or John R.
Yeah, over there, right around the corner from Grand Quarters.
I think it was called
dog.
Fire and Ice now.
It used to be right around the corner from Grand Quarters, bro.
Yep, right around the corner from Grand Quarters. We had a kitty club going.
Yeah.
We started off,
We was kids.
you know what I'm saying, Huggy Bear gave Trick and them in the club. We started off. We didn't even have a DJ at this club. We was playing the radio.
We was playing the radio at that bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
We started promoting to all these
bitch was
kids
lit, dog.
and everything. We was gathering friends to come to. I'll tell you, within less than 2 weeks, this club is jumping. People bringing their kids from all across the city. You know what I'm
that
saying?
motherfucker was lit, dog.
Man, I met some good people from that experience
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. At 13, so y'all niggas was 13?
13.
doing all this
We
shit?
was kids.
13, man. We jumped off the port. You know what I'm saying? From my influences is like from tricks to
Yeah.
poof.
Nah, hold on, Festus, because you know I got all that shit on.
That's
Before we
real.
even get to that, man, because let's talk about y'all relationship right quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not mistaken, y'all cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we couldn't.
Okay.
That's gonna always be there. Hell, I got these niggas tattooed on my arms. too.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got, you know what I'm saying? From the dynamic, we always had people that made us think outside the box. That's what I cater to me surviving this much.
Yeah. And we're gonna break down. It's like we cousins, but we not by blood. You feel me? And we're gonna break that down, like, you know,
Yeah.
we cousins, but we not by blood. Like,
I know what it means.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's like we got like, you know, a certain dynamic of people that's agreed upon. Like, this what it is. Our family's in on it. Everybody in on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so we all was raised like that because we was so close coming up. You feel me? So it just turned into that. You know, like he got us all on his arm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a tattoo
That's real.
on the
man.
same arm.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I
shit like
love it,
that.
man. Real
You know?
nigga shit, family, man.
Yeah, family,
family.
man.
That's
You
it.
know,
It's family. That's exactly what
you
it is.
know.
Yeah. Well, shit, since we was on this music shit, man, fuck it, let's get into it, fellas, man. Let's start from the origins. Tell me about all this shit from the beginning, man. When did y'all first start getting into music, man? And, you know, now y'all was speaking on Trick, 'cause I had this shit in one of my questions, but shit, y'all just got into it organically. So let's go back to all of that shit, man. When did, you know what I'm saying? When did y'all first get into music and
Shit,
start
this was
doing
before
all this shit?
Yeah,
You know
we
what
were
I'm
still
saying?
talking before music.
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
know
saying.
what I'm
Okay, well, shit.
We
man.
still talking
Let's
before
get into
music.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before music. I mean, I
So
guess
y'all, that rooted in it. That's what I mean. I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear, like the roots, like the core
you know
of
what I'm
this
saying?
shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, everybody grew up back then. Like I said, the kids now, they so scattered around. But back then, we all grew up in the same area. You know what I'm saying? This, you know what I'm saying? You had, I'll just say, your different hoods, the 7 Mile BKs. You had, you know what I'm saying, your 6 Mile Montana boys. You had your PAs. You had, you know what I'm saying, your 8 Mile
Scone,
Sconies.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had all of them. But the crazy part is that all those people went to the same schools. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you had a mixing pot of everybody. You know what I'm
And
saying?
was related.
And
you know
yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying?
People, families, you know what I'm saying, lived in this
Shit,
hood.
you
You had
know?
another people, families live in this hood. So they all family. So that's how, you know, it's kind of crazy. Like, yeah, you get to a beef with another neighborhood, but it really didn't go too far because
Everybody knows
know everybody. Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now, some of them, don't get me wrong.
It
we
wasn't like now when niggas will go overboard and just,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, see, now, one thing I give it to the younger generation when it comes to this shit is if it's done right, the gang mentality. You know what I'm saying? The gang mentality, I give it to him. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's from over here in PA, his people from PA, and they from 6 Mile, they still working together.
Yeah.
And for a minute, it was bad where nigga, we
Yeah.
only 2 blocks away from each other and we beefing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You know what I'm
remember
saying?
all that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We lost a lot of soldiers.
Hell
For the
yeah.
dumb
We lost
stuff,
a
you know
lot
what I'm
of
saying?
people off that
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
We lost a
We
lot
was
of
just talking about that
motherfuckers off
shit the
that
other
shit.
day. Now, a lot of that shit didn't have to happen. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
niggas
saying?
right around the corner, right
Yeah,
down, the street.
And then the crazy part is your brother know your mama know his mama.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that shit-
saying?
that shit
Or
was
they would
crazy.
grow up, because my parents went to Mumford. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that shit was crazy.
So, you know, and it's like
Yeah.
we all grew up. So,
Yeah.
like I said, get back into town, like, like I say, it was Trick. That's the Goon Squad. Well, you know what I'm saying? You had back then we had the club. You know what I'm saying?
Club
Yeah, talk
Paradise.
about the
Man,
club.
dude,
Talk
Club
about
Paradise.
Club
Yeah,
Paradise.
yeah. So you had, you know what I'm saying? We had fun, man. Like I can't
Yeah.
take them out nobody else, man.
That's some real nigga shit.
Shit.
13, nigga.
Yes, bro.
What?
And we made money. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't no club
Yeah.
like, oh, we cut part. No, we were making money. You know what I'm saying? We were making money. Like, you know, funny is like,
I fucking love it.
you know, I had my mama dropping me off to a club sometimes, but I couldn't tell her that this is my club. Man. You know what I'm
that
saying?
shit was
She thinking she
crazy,
dropped me off at a
dog.
kiddie club. You know what I'm saying?
shit
But
was
I'm getting
crazy.
money off this
It
club.
was like
I'm
some
going
double,
to
it was really like some double life shit, man. We was,
You know what I'm saying?
you know, sometimes we'd catch the bus to that
But
bitch.
exactly.
You
Because
know,
we had to be there. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? It
you
wasn't,
know,
I can't be there. I
Sometimes
had
we'd
to
catch
be
the
there.
bus to that motherfucker,
Yeah,
man.
I was young,
You
man.
know, but the music for me started in like, you mean actually like with me actually doing music?
Yeah,
or,
this period. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
we
it was a
first
love
getting
for
into
music.
this shit. But
Love
I didn't
for
know, you know,
music.
like y'all was that rooted with all of this shit, like without music. But
Yeah.
I was speaking from a music perspective, but that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really y'all family. You know, all these
yeah,
niggas.
hell
So
yeah,
it's
man.
all the history lesson for me.
Yeah.
I'm just really listening, man. You know what I'm saying? The floor is
Yeah.
yours. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, you think about it, man, we all like, man, you still like all the groups, man. You had rappers
Yeah.
from everywhere, man. Like, you had, like you said, the Detroit rapper scenes. You had the Eshams, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we used to always
We-
just swap
all-
music.
Yeah,
like,
we knew, and then you knew all these people.
yeah, you
You know
know.
what I'm saying? The slum villages. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wheat bread. You know what I'm saying?
Seeing that shit blow up like that made me realize it was real.
Yeah.
Like this shit
Yeah.
is real. This shit can happen for real. Like
Now let me ask y'all this, fellas. Did y'all ever do any shows, any shit like that? Were y'all ever in any shows, like talent shows, or
Hell yeah.
open showcases? What they
Yeah,
call that
when
shit
I was
back in
in,
the open mic shit? There you go, the open mic
Right.
shit and
hell
all that
yeah.
shit.
That's how I got in the Aretha Franklin video, man. I was in Deeper Love, man.
Hey, yeah, let's get into it. Talk about that.
Yeah, man. I fucking when I went to Cass Tech, I went to 4 high schools, man. I went to Cass Tech, Benedictine, Mumford, and Henry Ford. I went to Henry Ford and Mumford the same year because I was short on credits. You know, I had to graduate. You know what I'm saying? On time. That's how I graduated on time.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have did it, I fucked around and fucking wouldn't have graduated, man. But I had fucked around in Cass Tech. It was a talent show, and we used to jig. You know what I'm saying? We had the jig shit going on. You
You
know.
was in all that jit and
Yeah,
shit.
hell yeah, we was
You
jitting,
know, we gotta
dog.
talk about
You know,
all
we
that
put a
shit.
jit- we
man. You
put
was
a
into that
jit.
shit too fast.
Yeah.
We
I
put
mean,
it
Hell
in.
yeah, we know we gotta
I
talk
like-
about all that
Hell
shit.
yeah,
nigga.
hell
Let's
yeah.
get into it, nigga.
Hell yeah, that's how we started. I was
Nigga,
just
what?
that was how the
That's
shit
right.
started, putting
That's
shit
right.
together, man. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
the
bullshit.
original Detroit shit. You
It
hear
was
me?
on some jit shit, dog.
We was young then.
We young as fuck, and we put that shit down at the up at Cass, and we won the talent show and shit, and it was in front of about 5,000, 4,000 motherfuckers, the whole the auditorium. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they was like, you know, they had to vote. Everybody who was in that motherfucker know, because they had to vote. Like,
Yeah.
who was the motherfuckers, you know, who was the best.
See, I wasn't in Cass. I said,
Yeah,
when he was
yeah.
in Cass, that was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you won that talent show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won that talent show.
Yeah, won
I
that
remember
bitch. And so after the talent show, the motherfuckers was like, I had left out, we was standing in front like, damn, what we gonna do now, you know? And a lady came up like, just out of nowhere. She was a white lady, but she was pretty though, man. Beautiful lady. She came up like, let me take your picture. Let me take your picture. You know what I'm saying? So she took our picture and shit. She was like, here, write your number right here. Back then you had to write your number down. You know what I'm saying? She like, write your number down.
Pre-internet.
She like, write your number down pre-internet. You know what I'm saying?
You had to be outside. Niggas talk about they was outside. Our era was outside.
Had to be outside.
He had a beeper at
She
the
had,
most.
yeah, had a beeper. But she was like, write your name down right here, whoop-de whoop-de whoop. I ain't thinking nothing of it, man. Summertime. That was during school. Like about 3-4 months later go past or whatever. Summertime come. The phone rung. You know what I'm saying? Phone ring. I think my sister or somebody answered it. Was like, Bakar, you know, whoop-de-whoop, yo, come get the phone. Somebody on the phone for you. I'm like, all right, let me get to the phone. I go to the phone. The lady like, yes, this is Aretha Franklin's manager. She was Aretha Franklin manager, and she was like, Aretha Franklin, she really likes your image, and she wants you to be in her video. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When, where? You know what I'm saying?
Now, how old were you around this time? When all this
I was in the, that was when I was in the ninth, was I in the ninth grade?
Okay.
That was ninth grade, 10th grade,
shit.
One of them, yeah,
Okay.
ninth, 10th
Yeah,
grade.
you did say that.
Yeah, Cass Tech. I was in Cass.
Okay.
I was either a freshman in Cass.
I just want to make
Yep,
sure.
or
Okay.
because I was a freshman, then I left 10th grade year. So that was freshman. I had to be a freshman or sophomore, one of them years. And so, yeah, man. So we, you know, I show up to the video.
What was that experience like? B, just meeting her? Did you get a chance to meet her, or did they just put you
Did I
in the
meet
video?
Aretha Franklin? I don't think I met Aretha Franklin before, but I didn't meet her that night. I met Aretha Franklin later on at Boston Market.
Okay.
But I don't think I met her that day. She had a lot of personnel. She had trailers and shit. You know, It was like a movie set. You know, it was like when we was in 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? It was like at the 8 Mile movie set. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know, hell yeah. I was in 8 Mile too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Talk about that for a minute.
That was a good one too. You know.
School these people for those who don't know, man.
That was a
Give
good
them a
one.
little Detroit history. You know
That was a good one. That was a good one. We was all in 8 Mile, man, and that's when Proof was there. You know what I'm saying? He was running around there with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Proof, all right.
Yeah. Proof was there. You know, everybody was there. Miss Corona. You know, she
shout
was
out
there.
Miss Corona.
It was a lot of people there. You know, and that's when I seen M. He was writing the lyrics to the motherfucking soundtrack on the set as they shooting the movie right now.
Now, speaking of 8 Mile and all this shit, fellas, man, was y'all around when all that hip hop shop shit was going on? And all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a big part of my life.
Because I want people to know about this is real Detroit history that I don't hear nobody talking about. You know, I watch all the podcasts and all that shit. And I don't hate on nobody. I love to see niggas doing their thing, but I just want this shit to be covered because there's a lot of people like y'all, for example, that don't. Niggas need to know this shit. You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
This is part of Detroit history. You know what I'm saying?
See, the hip hop shop. See, you gotta know, like the Detroit hip hop shop for Detroit is monumental in the hip hop area. That's where if you didn't have skills and you tried to come up there, you ain't have a chance. Man, you had so many legends up there.
Chop the fuck off.
Yeah, you get your head. You had so many legends up there, man. And then the thing about the hip hop shop was so monumental. You had people like, you know what I'm saying, they hate that they disappeared, or you know what I'm saying. I hope they doing better. Like IQ, you had Elzai, you know what I'm saying? You know, you became part of Slum Village. You had all these guys at a young age, man.
This what made it so crazy though. It was like before they blew up, you was in the moment and seeing what it took for them to get there. You see what I'm saying? The grind that it took, you know, before. You know, the really raw shit. You know what I'm saying?
Corona be spitting. That shit always was spitting. Even back in the day.
Everybody.
Another thing about Detroit, when we first thought, when they talk about freestyle in Detroit, we thought it was off the top of the dome. That's the only way you can freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Not write it down in 15 minutes.
That's the real way, off the dome.
Well, that's what we thought it was in Detroit. But then New York's freestyle is that if you would go over there and sit down and write a rap in 15 minutes. That's what they consider freestyle.
That is true.
That is.
A lot of that shit, you can tell they wrote that shit. Ain't no way you freestyle that shit.
You know what I'm saying? And they called, what we was calling freestyle, they called that off the top of the dome. It was too different. But we thought that was what freestyle was off the top of the dome. So that's why you got so many, like, you got so many battle rappers here in Detroit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had to be at if you was at the hip hop shop, and you had to come off the top of the dome when you were in the heat of the battle. Because nobody really wanted to hear your written stuff, you know what I'm saying? Right. They wanted to hear what you got, what skill you got right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Grimy days.
Exactly.
Hear your fucking head get chopped off.
Yes, man. And you had some legends in there. Jay Hills, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of careers was
it was Jay Hill.
Jay Hill.
Oh yeah.
You
had some legends.
Yeah, you had Rabies would come through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you had the Rabies. You had all kind of people, man. Everybody
came through at the hip hop shop, and that's before, you know what I'm saying?
I remember I was riding with him, right? We pull up on he like, come on man, we're gonna shoot to the hip hop shop, right? Boom, we go to the hip hop shop, and he introduced me to Volume 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Introduced me to Volume 10. This before he
That's
was.
What I'm saying, man, y'all niggas know everybody.
It was crazy before. This was before. You know what I'm saying?
Really known in Detroit.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? The Eminems, when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Detroit history. That's why I wanted y'all on the show, fellas, because like who could tell this shit better than y'all? Y'all was there. You feel me?
Hell yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I can't right now. I got Thinker's Block, man, but it was so many. Detroit got so many legends. You know what I'm saying? Home legends. Like, so when people ask my top 5, I'll be biased because we had so many people here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had Mercer Smears,
that time.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Power, and you know what I'm saying? Like you had so many, you know what I'm saying, legends here that was
DJ Dez.
You know what I'm saying? And he's still doing this thing, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
You know
DJ Butter.
Yeah,
DJ Butter.
DJ
you had Mo Master Studio.
Yep, Mo Master.
You had, you know what I'm saying, DJ Jules. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you had so many, like I said, it was so many, you know what I'm saying?
Mo Baddest and Snake.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's
even this was crazy. Chill. This was crazy, and this what people don't be giving they props to, man. Maurice Malone, bro.
Yeah.
Like the first time I seen some Maurice Malones, right, was on this guy. You know what I'm saying? He was wearing them bitches, bro. And this was before anybody even, I'm like, who the fuck is Maurice Malone? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is Maurice Malone? I think this before hip hop was the hip hop shop even popping yet?
Nope, he was selling it out the shelter.
He was selling out the shelter, bro. Like, I'm like, what is Maurice Malone, bro?
So real quick, fellas. So just to be clear, so the hip hop shop, when that shit start popping, man, just to be clear, as you know, it'd be a lot of talk about that shit in the street, because that's what I was thinking around like 93.
Yeah,
90, you know what I'm saying?
90, I would say. Okay, so he got the hip hop shop going probably around no earlier than 92. But I would say 92 to in between 92 to 90, maybe 94 at the latest. You know what I'm saying?
It was somewhere, right around there. Yeah.
First, Maurice Malone, when everybody used to go to St. Andrews, it was the shelter and all of that. That's where he started selling his clothes first. You know what I'm saying? He was selling his clothes out there. You would go down to the shelter, the Rhythm Kitchen.
St. Andrews was popping. That shit that went commercial now.
Yeah, exactly.
That was back when it was real. You could get in through the back door for real.
I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
That was that shit back then.
And then that's when you had, the St. Andrews was another big key for hip hop. You know what I'm
Heck
saying?
yeah, that was a staple.
And shout out to
hip-hop.
St. Andrews just for recognizing hip hop artists and giving us a chance when so many people
Yeah,
didn't.
they did
You
a
know
lot
what
of-
I'm
they
saying?
did a lot.
And
Yeah, for
just
real, man.
Shout out to all the venues that
Yeah,
took a
and the
chance on
shelters,
us,
St.
man.
Andrews
Even though
shelters.
niggas might have got to fighting or whatever, but just for, you know what I'm saying, taking a chance so we can be
Yeah.
heard, man. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real,
Shout
bro.
out to y'all, man. But go ahead, fellas. I didn't mean to cut y'all
Oh
off.
no, you all right?
No, that was
It's just, I've been.
This shit is important, man. It's
That was
Detroit
real.
history. I want the people to know this shit.
Yeah,
you
that was
feel
a
me?
real. That was a real time in Detroit hip hop, bro. Like in the Detroit music scene. Period.
Yeah.
Like so much shit came together. You
Yeah,
know
with
what I'm
St.
saying?
Andrews, the hip hop shop. Like I said, you had because Detroit hip hop scene struggled. You know what I'm saying? As many
Yeah, it
artists
was,
as
it was fucked up.
they just wasn't giving us. You know what I'm
They
saying?
wasn't fucking with us. We
No,
gonna
they
call it
wasn't
for what
fucking
it
with
is.
us,
They
period,
wasn't
bro.
fucking with us.
And if you-
Period.
And if you wasn't doling out the money like that,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying, the radio stations, you had a few, don't get me wrong, man, you had some DJs that supported Detroit artists, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
DJ DDT, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Art in the Dark.
DJ Drunken
Master.
Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That you know, that would try, someone would get in trouble for putting on Detroit music.
You know who else always
right.
supported niggas too and still do to this day, man? That nigga Big Dog Blast. Big Dog
Yeah,
Blast.
Big Dog Blast. Yeah,
Real
he's like, yeah, Big Dog
nigga.
Blast.
Know
Bang
what I'm
our
saying?
shit.
Billy, you gotta
He
give-
really
He
used to support our
always
shit
and
for
still
real.
to this day
Yeah.
give Detroit artists a chance.
does.
You know what
He
I'm saying?
does. He a
Shout
real-
out Blast. What up,
Yeah,
baby?
yeah.
You gotta also
Dog
give it
Blast,
up to
man.
Billy T, man. Billy T did a lot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Billy T did a lot for
Yeah.
Detroit artists
Yeah.
back then, man.
So many
Gary
pioneers,
Chandler.
man. Oh
Gary
yeah,
Chandler
OG
played,
Gary
you know what I'm
Chandler,
saying?
DJ
Yeah, Gary
Godfather.
Chandler. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The pioneer, shit,
Yeah.
Art Force, you know what I'm saying? All
Yeah.
that techno shit, all them niggas.
Yeah.
Foolish
Yeah.
used to do the
Foolish.
DJing back in the day too. He used to support.
I just ran into Foolish at the mall,
Yeah,
man.
he
Nigga
used
was
to
in the
be at the
Yay
zoo
store,
bar.
man, selling Yays and shit.
He was where?
man. At the Yay store. At
Oh yeah, that sound like
Fairlane.
he keep different yays.
Chopped it up with him, man. Good, genuine nigga, man. But go ahead, man, fella. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get back on point,
Bucket
man.
Naked Greg, all them guys, they
Yeah,
support, they
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, Big Greg, all them niggas, man.
DJ
Detroit
Jinx,
legends.
DJ Jinx a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
What's
saying?
my man name too? DJ Assault.
DJ Assault, yup. Yeah, that's
Oh,
real.
real
That
nigga
was a
shit,
staple.
man.
That was a staple of hip hop because you could
Good
go
old
down.
days, man.
Yeah, you could go out there and network.
Vinyl days, as I like to say. you know
Vinyl
what I'm
days.
saying?
That was the vinyl days, man.
Tapes, nigga. Then the CDs came along a little
Now
that's-
later.
then-
For you young nigga, yeah, you want to take it back to the dad nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Way before Pro Tools, nigga, they ate that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the DD8s, nigga, no, the D88s, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I remember.
And the
watching
tapes, we had to
them.
splice the tape, nigga.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember when we was up at the state fair. We was up at the state fair and we introduced Proof and Aaliyah to each other. Yep. And then if you want
Damn, that's legendary. Let's get into that. We can't just bypass that like it's nothing.
We was at the state fair. We had just got put out the state fair. Just got put out the state fair. And a couple of my guys, it was B Nail, Jason Singleton. Jason Singleton was driving with Aaliyah. She was riding with Jason Singleton. And
Now let me ask you this, B. Which B Nail you talking about? Because I know a few.
B Nail,
Nail.
he
passed
that's
away?
no, he ain't
Okay,
passed away. That's my
I
guy.
wanna
He
make
on my
sure we
label.
weren't
He on my
talking
label.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He on a couple tracks.
I want to make
you
sure
know.
you weren't talking about B Nail that passed away. Okay.
No, that's my guy. He on the label. He's still around. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Shout out to B
Shout
Nail.
out to B Nail. What up, though?
Yeah, and so that's the one. And this before Aaliyah was this before Aaliyah. This
Before the deal and
yeah.
all that
This right when she got her deal.
I'm about to say it's right.
This
now.
right when she got her
94
deal.
then.
This right when she got her deal, but no one knows it yet. No
Yeah.
one knows it.
Yeah.
So she done pulled up into the Jeep with Jason Singleton. B Neil like, get in, B, get in. I get into the Jeep. He like, look, This my girl Aaliyah. I want you, man, look, she could sing. Look, she just got to deal with R. Kelly. Look, we straight, we on. Aaliyah looked back like, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-whoop. You know, because even though we went to the same school, that was like our first time being acquainted because she was a year or two younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So, we in the Jeep. Then next thing you know, Deshaun run over to the Jeep. And then he jump in. And we tell him the same thing. Next thing you know, they meet. Couple days go past, couple weeks go past. I come over to Santa B. He like, Maurice Malone pull up to the drive. Maurice Malone pull up in the driveway.
That's when he got that Ferrari. That Ferrari.
We sound like, boom, okay.
That's what I'm saying. This is legendary shit.
He like, all right,
ladies and gentlemen.
He like, all right, I'm out. He like, all right, I'm out. I'm out of here. Like, we like, where you on your way to? He like, I'm about to go to the Aaliyah Age Ain't Nothing But a Number video.
What?
Video shoot. And then that's how if you watch the video, he ended. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that was even planned, was it? Was it planned?
Yeah, they called him to come.
They called him to come to that. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Like it's like that was
back in the days, like with the box and all that shit.
Yeah, the box is still on.
Yeah, that was the box. That was the box. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Go gray boxes. Everybody had them gray cable boxes and sit with that big ass remote.
That shit. That was the box, bro.
You could throw that more across the room.
That bitch is thick.
That was crazy, bro. And then she went and sold.
Shout out the box.
Yeah. How many records did she sell? Aaliyah done sold.
That was platinum.
Multi-platinum.
Yeah, that multi-platinum.
Multi-platinum.
Crazy.
Boy.
That shit was crazy, bro.
I'm gonna look that up, man. Cause shit, I'm curious to know. Now that y'all mentioned it, I know it's multi-platinum though, for sure.
That shit was crazy,
And
bro.
see, that's when, right at that time, that's when Detroit hip hop started taking off.
Hell yeah.
The movement started coming around.
That shit was coming around.
It's like, people don't know the legend. Like,
that was around the time that COI and all that shit came. I remember that shit at Cash Rules, everything around me.
Yeah.
That was around all that time.
But Russell Simmons kind of, don't get me wrong, he tried to change the art of that song. He wanted them to, I remember he wanted them to take out the Detroit, Just Another Day in Detroit City.
Yeah.
But that's what made the song. You know what I'm saying?
That was fucking with Def Jam?
Yeah.
I ain't know that.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
I'm pretty sure. Because I remember they wanted them to take that out that song.
Yeah.
It was like they didn't want them to say, they wanted just to say, and it's like, well, that's the big part of the song. You know what I'm saying? That was part of the hook. I remember that. Yeah, that's when Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Then you had like people like
I was in high
Bombshell.
school when that shit came out. I remember that. Yeah, Bombshell. What was that? Keep It On The Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bombshell.
Shout out Bombshell. I remember that. I had that over set single, nigga, back in the tape days, baby.
Real, bro.
That's it.
Damn, we old,
Everything start, and then it's like, it's just certain people that's like pivotal that wasn't even, that you just seen them. It's like I was like a fly on the wall, more or less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you right, Fats. Now that I think about that shit, that was 97, I think, with that Bombshell, with that Keep It On The Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, man, all of this stuff, that's when everything started taking off for Detroit at that point.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I remember,
That's about,
I remember, you know what I'm saying, Jay Dilla, rest his soul, man, that's one of our good friends,
one of
man.
the pioneers,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? That's one, man, he was a real brother, man.
That nigga, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Real one, bro.
I remember one time, I give you a story, like, you know what I'm saying, they don't understand, like, how him and Proof dynamics work. Because, one time, man, Jay Dilla is one, everybody know how talented this brother is. But he didn't want to showcase his talent. You know what I'm saying? He did it for his group and his own music, but, you know what I'm saying, he would not go to meetings with, like, big labels that's trying to get his music, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Me and him got the same birthday, I believe, like February the 12th. Both of us somewhere around
You
there.
and Dilla?
Yeah, me and Dilla. Yeah, the February, I'm pretty sure, I think it's the 12th. I think so, I'm pretty sure. It's somewhere around there. But we it's Dilla days, same type of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Fat.
I was like,
And shit, Fast, if you don't mind, man, will you break that shit down with that J Dilla shit,
Yeah,
man?
break
That
that
shit,
shit
I
down.
didn't know that shit, man. You know
yeah,
what
like
I'm
he was
saying?
so. My cousin, he used to have to talk to Jay Dilla, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, why you ain't gonna meet with them? He would give an excuse. Nah, man, they ain't talking right or something. I said, then one day, him and my cousin had a heart-to-heart talk, and then he went to go meet. I think it was I want to say it was Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying? He went to go meet with them. They kicked it off, and I remember when J Dilla first came back. This is how real brother
I
was.
do remember Busta Rhymes and Q-Tip giving them a shout out.
We didn't.
Yeah,
We didn't.
man, they love
Jay
Sean,
Dillon
bro.
didn't know the game yet. You know what I'm saying? So when
Yeah.
he first deal, you know what I'm saying? So when he got this first check, I remember when he came back, he got his first check from Tribe Called Quest, or not gonna say his first check. He got
that
a
was
check.
what, like Leaders of the New School days? A little bit after, a little bit later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he came back and he took us all shopping. You know what I'm saying? We went to what was that?
I can't believe so let me damn, so ain't nobody interviewed y'all? Anybody else this
No,
is
man,
Detroit
I-
history. I can't this is what I'm saying. This is
I
why I
don't
wanted
take
y'all on the
interviews
show,
like
man. I
that,
can't
man.
believe this shit, dog. Look how humble these niggas is. I was like, yeah, nigga, what?
Yeah, we don't even do interviews like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know G hit us up, you know, and it's like, you
Well,
know,
let me thank y'all, man. 'Cause you know, man, y'all niggas my niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a part of the history, man. So it's just y'all being OGs. I respect it. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause we
I
was
definitely
there,
appreciate
man.
y'all time for real. And that's why I wanted y'all on the show. Because all these niggas talking this and that. And it's like, no, I'm going to go to the source. The niggas I know was there. Like, what the fuck is y'all niggas talking about?
Real talk, like that's
You know
some
what I'm
real
saying?
shit. Like you know how they be like the real niggas know. The real niggas know, you know, but they ain't gonna speak on it all the time. You feel me? And we just let the shit go, let the narrative be the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, but
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just like, damn, my mind, like, wow. You
Yeah,
feel me?
man.
Like, this
Hell
is
yeah,
Detroit
like,
motherfucking.
shit.
Yeah, this shit is legendary, bro.
Like-
because it's deeper than a rap shit.
It's
You see
deeper
what I'm
than
saying?
rap, bro. Like,
then that's the biggest thing. It's like, man, he's like you said, you get to watch all these guys that grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like Slum Village, man, they so popular. You know what I'm saying? They don't get their props as much as they should here, as much as they get overseas.
Now,
But
speaking
they're
of that,
dope
Fast,
group.
I don't mean to cut you off. 'Cause I know you know if anybody know. Now, Slum Village, let's talk about them for a minute, man. Do you think because they not on all that hardcore gangster shit, like a lot of niggas underrate them as MCs? Because Slum Village been on a long ass time. Really,
Yes.
they was on before everybody. Let's
Yes,
just
they
be
were.
real.
They was on before a lot of that 90s.
Before
movie.
everybody.
You know, they got on pretty. Yeah, like I said, they was on, but like you said, they wasn't on. You know what I'm saying? The same thing everybody else was on at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? That's when West Coast
catered more to the women.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
They
And
catered-
more toward hip hop. This was
there
more.
you go. You know what I'm saying? And
I
that's
think
when
that'd be fair.
that's when the West Coast was kind of taking over at that point in time. That's when you had your Chronics, you know what I'm saying, and all that album. So you know what I'm saying? They genre of music, they kind of drowned them out. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? The original Dilla, T3, Titus, they was dope.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was
T3 still
so-
doing this thing,
yeah,
man. He just
yeah.
dropped the album not too long.
Yeah,
Matter of
you know
fact,
what I'm
last year.
They were dope, man. You had like, you know what I'm saying, like the song Elevators. People might not even get a chance to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I remember my cousin first let me hear this. Like, listen to this. And that shit was sweet. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. And then that's when you start hearing, you know what I'm saying? That was the thing about the hip hop shop, man. It's like you got to hear artists like, let's see, like Elzai. Elzai was dope at like 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? In the hip hop shop. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else. And he dope at 14 years old. Like, you like, this little nigga is killing it. You know what I'm saying?
It just seemed like that's how it was back in the day for some reason. And now you're like, niggas will be dope as fuck, young as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Another dope group that was young, man. Young Guns. You know what I'm saying? Which became executive board. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When they got on Raw Collection. You know, Vinzetti and them, man. Dope. The little guy. I couldn't believe when I first heard.
That nigga slap on that
He was
rock.
hard.
Yeah.
He was hard.
I couldn't believe when I
Remember when
first.
that nigga lost that one song? I forgot the name of that motherfucker. But they had that. They remade that Chronic shit, man. That nigga. Damn, what was the name of that motherfucker, man? That nigga lost like 7 execution style. Remember that shit? It was on that rock. I think it was a solo, a low solo.
Yes, it was.
That shit was hard, man. All them niggas, man. Spit that shit, bro. Like, that shit was crazy.
Shout out to them boys.
You know what I'm saying? So then that's when you got your Paystyle start coming out. He started doing his, trying to do his thing.
Yeah.
Let's get into that, matter of fact.
He had-
man. Let's talk
remember-
about the Paystyle. Let's
Hell
get into
yeah.
all that and how you
He started
got
with
into that.
what, Go Fight to Win.
Yep, I started that. That's how I started breaking into that shit. I had a, you're right too. I had a website. I was breaking into that, and the website was it was a platform, like, to bring people in on battling. You know what I'm saying? You'd be battling, and you know you could either bring the beats in, or you could fucking write or rap. You know what I'm saying? And so I just was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna write the theme. I'm gonna do the theme music for it. You know what I'm saying?" And I kept my flow real low, like I wasn't telling nobody. You know, I was just trying to sharpen it, just trying to sharpen the flow before I even let people know what it was. You know.
And let me ask you this beef real quick before we get into the Paystyle story, man. Did you start off like as a solo artist and shit? I know we always talk about rapping and all this, but what I didn't ask you was, did you start off doing a solo thing, or was it, was the group always around? Or, you know what I'm saying?
I began as a solo artist. I always am a solo artist. Like, I got label mates that I collab with. You know what I'm saying? And then when we collab, it's a collective called the In Crowd. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like whoever come in, like, is Mo.
I'm just about to ask you, if you don't mind, man, let's talk about some of the artists on the label, man. You know
Yeah, like, you know, it's like we all just family. Like, you know, it's like we're a label, but it's really like family. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, we got the paperwork, but we don't really think about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't really think about that side of it, you know, cause we like, you know, like I'm
family
with,
first before all of that, right?
Yeah, like I'm sitting here with my cousin. He Paystyle records, but we ain't, you know, it ain't like we don't have no, we, you know what I'm saying?
The niggas know that.
Everybody know,
records,
yeah, like it's just all family. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Then we got friends of the family, like Slapz and Trapz. That's an extended part of the family, you know, because we all just came up together. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like if we was to do a collab, like with the Detroit song, like, you know, shout out to my guy Mo, you know, Mo Thomas, you know what I'm saying? He you know, he on the Detroit record with me.
Yeah, I've been seeing you moving lately, B. You know, that's a good look. That's why I wanted you on the show too. Like, just being the OG to let these little niggas know, like, we respect y'all, but at the same time, like, don't get it fucked up. Like, that OG shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got
on this platform, nigga, we cater to the motherfucker OG. You can be real on this show. Say what the fuck you mean, nigga, and mean what the fuck you say. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas gotta respect it or accept it.
Yeah,
You know?
real shit. And so, you know, with Mo, you know, he is solo artist. I'm a solo artist. You know, then we threw couple other guys on Pete out on there, you know what I'm saying? Then we threw Stretch Money on there.
R.I.P. Pete out.
Yeah, and so boom, we, you know, when we did the collective, it's an in crowd, you know what I'm saying? But then we featured Stretch Money on there, you know what I'm saying? Because he his own You feel what I'm saying? He ain't
entity or whatever.
Yeah, he his own entity. So we ain't gonna he ain't in crowd, but he featured. You know what I'm saying?
And he dope. Stretch always correct.
Yeah, he
Wasn't
dope.
like
that nigga
garbage,
came with
you know what I'm
some
saying?
man. That shit. That nigga got
MC,
bars
man.
on that bitch, bro. Like that bitch
And
slapped.
still do. You know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah, hell yeah. That motherfucker got bars.
Yeah,
still
man.
do, you know
I
what I'm
respect it,
saying?
man. So let me ask y'all this, fellas, man. So around what year would you say y'all formed Paystyle Records? You know what I'm
Paystyle
saying?
Records, dog. We've been popping for 12 years, bro. Like this is our 12th year in the game. You feel me? Like I started just doing shows. First I was just doing shows. I ain't even have a record out. It was just promotion.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't even know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hard for me to catch on, you know, because this is the thing. Like before Deshaun passed, I was around it. You know what I'm saying? I was around it and I was trying to figure out like how I'm gonna get into it, you know? And like we all used to have conversations, like me, Fat, you know, our whole crew.
We started a group before then. Remember?
We started.
Uncouth. That's what
We started a rap group before then. That was crazy.
And Deshaun, remember?
He
Deshaun
came
was gonna
to
rap
us first.
He was gonna write our lyrics.
Yeah.
He gonna write our lyrics for us.
Yeah, Proof was like.
For those who don't know, Deshaun is Proof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Proof.
saying?
Yeah, Proof came to us first. He was like, look, man.
Him, Phil Pop.
We gon' and Phil Pop, man. Rest in peace.
Phil Pop.
Damn.
Dog, rest in peace, bro.
That's another
Man.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta love these fucking stories, man.
Man,
This is
Proof.
why I appreciate y'all being OGs for this type of stories right here and to stamp y'all motherfucking shit in stone because this shit is history, bro, and this shit is etched in stone. You can't take this shit away. You know what I'm saying? And
That
that's what
is
it's
what
about,
started
man.
it first.
Over here, we gonna shine the motherfucking light.
That's
on
what
this
started it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Proof
Yeah, that's
came
dope,
to us
man.
first. Proof came to us first and was like, man, I'm telling you, we need to rap, man. We need to rap. You know, I'm like, man, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't no rappers who can rap. You know, you ain't gotta worry about rapping, man. I'm gonna write
But
your
shit,
rap.
fuck it, man, because I wasn't even gonna get into the shit till a little bit later. Since we already on Proof, man, let's talk about Proof for a minute, fellas, man. If y'all don't mind, like I said, once again, anything that y'all want to talk about, man, we don't gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for those who don't know, you know what I'm saying? To me, just from a fan perspective, y'all being right there. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's just talk about him as a man. Like, fuck all the rap shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not like that. I mean, I'm talking about the man, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was he like as a person? Like, his character, his characteristics
He was
as
a
a
real
man,
one.
you know what I'm saying?
He was a real one. He was a visionary, bro.
Yeah.
A real one. He was a visionary. Like, everything he did and accomplished, he knew he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
He knew
he
it.
always
He talked about it.
Two things. One of my rules is that was our rules. There's no such thing as Plan B. There's only Plan A, and you use other sub scenarios to make Plan A work. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew he wasn't doing nothing else but rapping.
Nothing.
There was no Plan.
It
B.
wasn't no Plan B.
You make. You know what I'm saying? You use Plan B to make Plan A work.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't no
Yeah.
Plan B, bro. He was.
You know what I'm saying? One thing about Proof, man, and then he was. You know what I'm saying? If he loved you, he loved you hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like, you don't find real genuine guys that want to it's hard to find real genuine guys. It's not many out here.
That'll ride for the cause, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I always
Yeah.
heard about him, man. I never
He
got a
tried.
chance to meet him, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
you
I
didn't?
always heard everybody that I know, even
Oh,
people that I
man.
had on the show.
He was
Fingers, everybody always spoke highly of him.
He was a
man, you know what I'm
visionary,
saying?
bro.
And he was silly as hell, man.
super silly.
Like, if you knew him, man, you
Because I didn't know him and Trick was that close. I don't know how I didn't know, but I didn't know. I don't know. I've been here the whole. I don't know. Probably because I'm younger than y'all.
I introduced
you know what I'm saying?
him
But
and Trick. I knew Trick before he knew Trick.
yeah. So you know all Trick brothers then and all that shit, man.
Well, I hung out with Trick. You gotta remember, when I was hanging out with Trick in the Goon Squad, Freaky Lifestyles, and all of them, I was still only like 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? So I was hanging out there.
They was fucking with Sunny Day and all
So
that.
there you go. That's how I got. That's how we got in the
Outcast.
I was going to the Outcast probably when I was
Bro,
about
we
11
was
years
at the
old.
Outcast like, dog, I'm telling you, bro, like on some
We
real
the
shit.
only kids
We
in the
was kids.
Outcast because at 12, 13, 14 years old, you still a kid.
We was kids.
You know what I'm saying? And we were in the Outcast.
Mm-hmm. We was
You know what I'm saying?
kids.
We didn't have to get carded or nothing. They would just let us in because of who, you know what I'm saying?
Who we were.
Yeah, who we was with. Who we were.
And they went through a little change.
Sunny Day,
Yeah.
one of his cousins got a baby by one of my cousins.
For
And
real.
Sunny Day, man, rest in
Small
peace, Sunny
world,
Day.
man. Rest in peace, bro.
Man, that was a real
He was
guy.
a real one
He was
too.
a real one,
he was
man.
part of the movement.
Yeah, he was a real
part of the
one,
movement.
man.
He was
Rest
he
in
was
peace.
he used to let people. He used to put on entertainment down there too.
I got one story with Sunny Day. You know what I'm saying? That always stick with me forever. Everybody saw Harlem Nights, right?
Yeah,
And remember when they raided this party and everybody went to jail, and he went out. He went and Richard Pryor went and
bailed
bailed
everybody out. Yeah,
Sonny did the exact same thing on
Damn.
Real Talk. We got raided. He was at the courthouse bailing everybody out.
Wow.
I'll never forget that. Like, for real, if he didn't even know you, just because you was in the
Wow.
establishment that night, he was bailing everybody out.
And that's real, man.
That's
Let's
real
speak
shit.
on
Yeah.
that shit for a minute, fella. Just for being a real nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Dog,
saying?
we don't
that's
even
how
see
it
that
went
no more.
back, and that's why I was saying let's speak on it for a minute because I think we gotta highlight these type of moments
Hell
of us being
yeah.
OGs because that shit was just a different time when it came to loyalty and standing on shit. You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Being down with niggas, and that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no telling. Like niggas was bonding niggas out, but nigga went to jail. Nigga had money on his books. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Now
yeah.
all this weird ass shit. This shit different, man. But y'all go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's
no, he was straight up. He was straight up. That was that.
yeah, he was
that
a real one, man. Like
yeah, he
I
was
said,
real.
rest in peace, Sunny Day, man.
Let's jump back on proof, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, man, it's just for the fans and the people watching this shit that don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you know this shit, niggas around the world gonna see this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I want the people to know, man. Like, you know, they always hear about the Eminem shit, and you know, but these moments don't get highlighted. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all niggas was there before all of that shit.
He was
way before all of that shit. At that, you see
Okay,
what
so
I'm saying?
I'm gonna get back to the story. I'm gonna get back
That's
to
the shit that I'm on and that I'm shining the spotlight on. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what we do. We give niggas they flowers on this show, fellas. You feel me?
All right, I'm gonna get back to the story where he was like man, we should rap. You know, we should be a rap group. You know, this before D12. This before D12. He like, we should be a rap group.
Yeah.
Like, man, we don't rap, man. He like, man, y'all ain't gotta rap. I'm gonna write. He like, I'm gonna write all y'all raps.
Yeah.
And we all gonna have aliases.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We all gonna have, everybody gonna have different names. Woo, woo, woo. You know, my name was gonna be Scrappy Killer, Scrappy Dog, or something
like that. Scrap Dog.
Scrap Dog or something.
Mine was Fat Back on Rap.
Yeah, Fat Back on Rap, dog.
Oh, man.
And it was like, and it was me, you,
Jason.
J Rod, Deshaun,
Puffy.
Puff,
And Lil.
and Lil Man. It was 6 of us.
Yeah.
And we filled out the ASCAP papers and everything,
My
dog.
papers. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we was on some other shit. Like, you know, we used to go back and forth, bro. Like,
Because we was trying to get some money at that
we was
time.
on some other shit.
We was getting some money.
So real quick, fellas, and not to get off topic, but so y'all was around when all that Iron Fist stuff was going on too.
Before Iron
Iron
yeah,
Fist.
yeah. That's yeah.
We was
before
there
Iron
when
Fist.
the concept of it was.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a real thing about
Wow.
Proof is that he was inspired. What inspired him was a Method Man and how his manager rolled for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no contracts. They had a handshake contract, and they honored that shit. So you know what I'm saying? And that inspired him, man. That gave him like that's some real shit. Like people, you know what I'm saying? When he heard that story, that's how he wanted to develop Iron Fist. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Probably
you
looked at it like the good old days when niggas honored their word. You had to
Exactly.
stand on that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
He didn't want people to feel trapped in the contract because he knew what that is. You know what I'm saying? People used to call the house for him And man, I used to have to screen calls for him. It would get so bad. You know what I'm saying? Tommy Boy and all them tried to sign him, and he was like, they ain't trying to give him no money. That's why he would turn down.
I always heard that about Tommy Boy too. They ain't never want to come out no motherfucking money.
There's a bunch of labels like that, man. They would try to set them up.
I
You know what I'm
see
saying?
him now. They ain't nowhere.
Yeah. That's true. You're all right.
I can tell you, man. And then he was one of those guys like he tried to stand on his word. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know, we all human. You know what I'm saying? Has setbacks, but he tried to stand on his word all the time. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what it was, man.
He was, you know what I'm saying?
Supposed to be, you know what I'm saying?
And, you know what I'm saying? And he was one of those guys that, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, you don't see me, and the nigga, rest his soul, my cousin, but the nigga was crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was out of his mind. Like,
That's what I heard, man.
He type of nigga, man.
He was beating the brakes off niggas back in the day.
Hell yeah, he'll scrap. He don't scrap.
That's his thing. Now he
He
likes
don't
to scrap.
scrap.
He
He don't
likes to
scrap.
That's why I said that shit.
I don't care how big you was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know that type of shit travel fast around here.
Fuck about
Just
what
only like I
Yeah.
said, man, I was a little younger, but niggas always heard that shit. Like, damn, you
He
know what I'm
don't
saying?
scrap.
Yeah.
Man, he made sure if you was around, you gonna scrap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Again, one thing he never
As he
changed.
should.
If he fuck with you, he fuck with you. He never changed on. You know what I'm saying? I can see that he never really changed on nobody ever. I can never remember or see. He, you know what I'm saying? He tried to. He tried to. If he, you know what I'm saying? Even if he fell out with you, like people don't understand what the Hand to Hand CD was about. You know what I'm saying? Mixtape was about. He had got off the beefing with Detroit artists. Like, no, we ain't supposed to beef with each other. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what Hand to Hand was about, like trying to bring everybody together. So when he started trying to squash
And
beef
he did,
with Royce,
dog.
yeah,
And he accomplished that
Yeah,
shit.
man, fat.
He accomplished that shit,
I'm
bro.
glad y'all, real quick, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I hate to keep interrupting y'all, man. Can we clarify this shit, man? Because if anybody know, I know y'all niggas know, man. Like, what the fuck happened, man, with the Esham shit? Can we talk about it?
Well, see, that go back from high school days. That go back from when it was in high
Because
school.
I know y'all was there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
is it
the
off
shit
limits?
was-
Can
the
we
shit
talk
was-
about it?
I mean,
I done heard so much shit, man.
I can touch
It's
on
like,
that a little bit, man.
The thing is, Esham.
so it's deeper than rap. Let's just
It was
fair to say.
Yeah, it was deeper than. So
Okay,
this stemmed back from way back then. This is Osborne days when Esham really started popping.
Right.
Yeah,
Esham
right.
started popping before any of the D12,
Yeah.
any of the.
he had
He
been
was
on.
busting.
Yeah.
I want to clarify this shit. Esham was our favorite, one of our favorite rappers, bro.
Yes, one of our favorite.
Like, I mean, we was listening to Esham shit, like,
you can't
faithfully
front on it.
Esham,
before.
man, nah, this nigga. I was
Dog.
listening to that nigga.
Hell yeah, I'm talking about Booming Words from Hell,
the first album.
Closed Caskets,
That was the name of that motherfucker. Remember I asked y'all
Yeah.
niggas earlier. Closed casket.
Closed
That sunshine
Casket,
and
bro.
all that
That
shit.
shit
That was
was
the
hard.
name
He's
of
dead,
motherfucker. Closed
homie.
casket.
You know,
Man, he had
that nigga,
He got
he
what he
was a
got
real
like how many
true.
albums he got in press?
He got about 30 albums,
He a
man.
real pioneer. That
Yeah.
nigga like,
Yeah, man,
He
he
is
got
a
he was
fucking
great.
pioneer for our type
hell
of
yeah,
niggas.
he
Like,
a
it's
true
like street
pioneer,
niggas,
dog.
nigga.
That nigga the
Like, see, people don't know that
Detroit
Esham
too
tried
short,
to sign.
bro.
Deshaun tried to sign Proof first. One of the first people that tried to sign.
That's
Proof.
why I asked y'all
Wow.
that shit.
You know
It
what I'm
was like,
saying? And my cousin, some was in him where he just
Wow.
didn't want to sign or he wasn't trying to sign. I think he almost signed. I'm not sure, man. I think he almost signed, but this is, like I said, this was early. This has got to be like 92, 93. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that was, man, I'm telling you, that was
91, I believe, might even been somewhere around there. I can't imagine. I'm not too great with the time errors, but yeah, Esham. So that stemmed from them days. That's where it kind of just grew. You know what I'm saying? Had first when you had one that was the bigger one, and then the other ones. Now, you know what I'm saying, he done grown in the game. So it was kind of one of those type of things.
Yeah.
You ask me, you know what I'm
and
saying?
that's why I wanted to ask you, Fast. You know what I'm saying? Because this type of shit, once again, we don't know these stories. You see what I'm saying? And nobody asks these type of questions. So, man, that's real, man. Like,
Jay, the funny part, right? People don't understand. That's when Proof was part of 5 Ella. But he used to be bumping Esham albums too. You know what I'm saying? We used to be in the
That's
car.
how
They
I
be
got
like,
up
why you
on
put
it
this shit
too,
up? Yeah,
y'all, you know what I'm
he used
saying?
to be bumping it too. You know what I'm
They
saying?
put me up on
You know
it,
what I'm saying?
like,
And it was funny
that shit was hard, man. Niggas couldn't
even though
deny
they
that
was,
shit.
was
man.
even though they
bro.
wasn't, that's the one thing about my cousin, man, even though he might not get along with you, he try not to take your credit away from you.
Man.
He like, man, at that point in time, they wasn't seeing eye to eye, but he still was like, you know what I'm saying? No, nigga, he got hits. This is, and we would ride around listening to it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like, it's crazy, man.
Because
Like,
I really feel like Proof didn't let that shit go as far as it really could have went. You know what I'm saying?
No,
they
he
really
didn't.
wanted to get on his ass. They could have got on his
Yeah,
ass.
no, he did.
Yeah, and they squashed it, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
squashed it. They
yeah.
squashed it.
That's
You
why I
know?
wanted to ask y'all,
That's
because I
what they
did
had
hear
in
that,
hand
but
CD.
I didn't never see nobody
they got a
official
song
really
together.
confirm
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
You know
They
what
had
I'm
a song
saying?
together. That's what the
Okay.
hand to hand CD was about.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
he got the epiphany like, why would I beef with my own people in the city when you know what I'm saying,
man.
when we could
got a
bring us
whole
we
world.
got to bring us up together to make it out of here, because for a minute it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, I know it probably wasn't the case real case, but it seemed like the hip hop of Detroit was being blackballed. You know what I'm
They
saying?
weren't
It was-
blackballed.
you know what I'm saying? It was hard.
Don't seem
They was
like
scared
shit. It
of us,
was.
bro,
Yeah.
like-
Remember I said earlier, they
Yeah.
wasn't fucking with us.
Hell
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
they wasn't fucking with us.
And he knew, you know what I'm saying, he wanted to, he got the, I just wish he could be here today to see, you know what I'm saying, that he started, you know what I'm saying, he started to try to squash all that stuff. Like, man, ain't no need to be, he was going around squashing other people's beats.
Hell yeah, D12, that D12 movement, you know, people be trying to shit on that movement, man. Them niggas sold 8 million records, dog.
They
Like,
sold that much? I know they sold a lot of copies.
hell
I didn't
yeah,
know
they
it was that
went.
much. I know it was multi-platinum. But
Dog, and
goddamn,
then
8 million?
if you count, they was the only rap group from Detroit to go platinum, bro. Like at the
I
time,
do remember
you
that
know what I'm
time.
saying? Like that
And
shit.
Obi Trice, nigga.
Yeah,
Obi Trice is the
Obi.
first
That's
single,
what I thought when he
single
was.
black artist.
Yeah, that whole.
So Obi went
movement,
platinum
bro.
first. Who went platinum first?
Obi? No,
D12.
D12 went first.
You know,
Then Obi
you
was-
know
you know
that.
what I'm saying? Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Obi Trice, that's
All
my
them
cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Eminem, Royce, you know what I'm saying? We used to hang.
Damn, fat you like
hang-
this
we used to
nigga
hang-
connected that. He all humble and shit like that. Obi Trice is your cousin,
Yeah,
dog.
that's family too.
I remember
man.
we was all used to all hang
God,
out.
dog, man.
Oh, I used to
Only
hang
here
out.
on the Slapz and Trapz show, ladies and gentlemen. We all just found out together that Obi Trice is his fast cousin as well. That's what I'm saying, man. You gotta love it, man. You know what I'm saying? Real Detroit OG shit. I fucking love it, man.
Hell
I love
yeah, this shit is real. Like,
So
dog.
let me ask y'all this, fellas, because this is something that I really want to know. All jokes, all bullshit aside, man. How do y'all niggas feel about niggas honoring Proof now that he's not here to see this shit? Versus when he was alive. You know, niggas always want to give niggas they flowers when it's too late for them to get them. How do y'all feel about, especially you, Fats, because you was closer to him than most people.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, how you feel about that? You know,
I'm glad, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You're going to have something that's real and something that's not. You know what I'm saying? But that's all right, as long as you keep the memory alive. You know what I'm saying? Same thing to go with Jay Dilla, Titus, you know what I'm saying, from Slum Village. You know what I'm saying? All those guys,
that's
man.
fucked up, Titus, man.
Yeah, exactly.
We
You know what I'm
took a
saying?
loss with that one, man.
Yeah, you did,
We
man.
took a loss with P too.
Then
That's
you can't forget about people like Cobb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he wasn't the most known, but Cobb did a lot for you know what I'm saying, hip hop.
Hell yeah, Cobb was
like
a real.
That's what I mean.
I got a record with Cobb. I got a record with Cobb. I did it with my sisters and with my sister and Chantel. I got a record with Cobb before he passed.
You guys
away.
in music with Proof?
No. This was crazy. Deshaun didn't know I could rap. Like I don't know what he knew, but I never told him I could rap. You see what I'm saying? Like if we didn't even get a chance to,
We was too much trying to make some money at that point.
Yeah, I was just getting it together.
When he was getting his rap career together, we was still trying to get out here and make some money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's why that probably never stayed off that way, because don't get me wrong, sometimes you put certain things that you think is more important in front of other things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
That's
that was
real,
the thing,
man. I
yeah.
respect it.
You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. Like we kicked it about the business, but I was coming from a different aspect. You know what I'm saying? More like a label owner. Like he the one made me realize I could be a label owner.
Yeah, you don't have to actually rap. And if you like rapping, you know what I'm saying, and that's your passion, go for it.
Yeah.
But you can still make the music, make the money.
Do the business. You could do the business of it. You know, That was the thing about Shine. People be talking about how good of a rapper he was. His thing was the business.
Business.
Like,
Yeah, he would
like
read the
bro,
business
like,
books.
like how slick he was. Like he told me he was the first person to tell me like how to, maneuver with the publishing companies and different names. You know how you can have 5 different publishing companies getting 5 different
Yeah, I
checks.
was about to say that shit. Different check on top of check.
5 different checks, bro. And they don't have a clue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's mean, bro. Like he knew the music.
That was
business.
back when you really could do that shit too.
Hell
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
hell yeah.
Damn.
Hell
man,
yeah,
that's
hell
real,
yeah,
man.
hell yeah, hell yeah. Me personally, I feel like when it comes to Deshaun, people should honor him. He like shit. I would give him pop. I would say, I would,
my number one artist, my top one.
I think
you can say I'm being biased, but he my number
I
one.
mean, it is what it is.
I
How
see,
you
you
feel?
know
That's
what
how you
I'm
feel.
saying?
Nigga can't
Like-
tell you how to feel about
like,
it. You know what I'm saying?
like, bro,
especially when you was there. You feel me?
like, bro. I remember we went to the Shady Bowl, right? It was the Shady Bowl down at the State Theater.
Yeah.
We down at the State
Hell
Theater.
yeah, I do want to ask y'all about all that shady shit. Go ahead. B.
We at the
Yeah,
Shady
yeah.
Bowl, and before we get to the Shady Bowl, bro, Sean, he out. He's standing in front of it was the State Theater. It's the Fillmore now, right? It's the Fillmore.
It's the Fillmore now.
He's standing outside of the State Theater, handing everybody tickets to go in. I'm talking about it had to be at least 50, 60 of us, bro. Like, I'm talking about this is
And that's real nigga shit. And that's the type of shit that don't get highlighted. You know what
dog.
I'm
He
saying?
handing
Well,
every.
the rule, my cousin. That's why I say the rule was if you came with us, we all get in.
I'm talking about it
I don't
was
care.
50.
We all get in.
And we leaving
Everybody
this
give a
motherfucker together.
Yeah. We all get in and we all leaving together. You know
It
what I'm
was
saying?
like 50 to 60 of us, bro. And we talking about the Shady Bowl. This one of the after parties of the Super Bowl when the Super Bowl came to Detroit.
Mhm.
This is
I
the
remember
one
that
that,
shit.
Shady Records sponsor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
around time all that shit
You know,
first started popping.
Yeah, Tyson was there. Everybody was
Yeah.
there. Tyson walking through.
Yeah.
No security. You know what I'm saying?
We had a lot of legendary shit in our city, man.
Yeah,
that's what I
motherfuckers
tell
don't want to
people.
give us our props, man.
That
Y'all
day
better
right
start
there,
giving us our
remember when
props,
Tyson
dog.
walked past? That day right there showed me why people get their ass whooped by Mike Tyson.
Hell
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because when you see him in person and he got on his regular clothes, he don't look so big.
No,
he
he
look
don't.
like, nigga, I will fuck you up. But then if you smart enough, you got to remember that's Mike
That's
Tyson.
Especially at that time.
Right.
That nigga
Hell
was beating
yeah.
everybody ass.
Yes, he
nigga.
was, man.
Every
Yeah.
fucking body.
Because you don't like when he got his clothes on, you don't see that he is a tank. You know what I'm saying? You
Then
gotta
he
be like,
cut at that
right,
time,
exactly.
nigga.
He cut his hell. You
All
don't see that.
muscle, nigga.
No, you just see him with the baggy shirt on, and because he's not the tallest
Beat
person
your
in the world.
motherfucking ass in
yeah.
about a minute.
Because he's not tall. He's not the tallest person in the
No,
world.
he
You
ain't
know what I'm saying?
tall, no.
So you looked at that. That's funny, man. Every time I see that, I was like, "That's Mike Tyson." Nigga.
Hell
In
yeah.
your head, like,
Time,
that
shout out
nigga-
to OG if you ever see this shit. What up, OG?
Hell yeah.
That's what's funny, man. Like
Shit.
that Shady Bowl was a class. That was a classic.
classic.
Remember, what's his name was there too? Was it Tommy Lee Jones?
It was a bunch.
It was a bunch of
Everybody
people
was
there. I
there,
think there was
dog. Like so many celebrities. It was just a party, man. And wasn't nobody tripping.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, nobody was tripping. Bro.
Wasn't nobody tripping,
Yeah,
man.
good
That's
time.
the beautiful thing
good
about
time.
it, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was tripping, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Another thing is that Proof always taught me and because we grew up together, he taught me to make sure I think outside the box. Don't get trapped in the box. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people get trapped inside the box. And that's how they get themselves fucked over.
That's real. That's real.
You know
It's
what I'm saying?
real,
And
man.
I don't care what it is, if it's street shit, business shit, you know what I'm saying, family shit. Think outside the box.
Yeah.
Take yourself out of it.
Now, let me ask y'all this, fellas. Now, B, you said a few minutes ago, that Proof schooled you a lot about the business and shit, and about you was the first one you could run the label.
Yeah, he the one who made me
so let
realize.
me ask, because I wanted going back to Paystyle Records and shit. So you are CEO of Paystyle Records, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the CEO, the owner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, that's what made me realize it. Like that's, you know, it's like I'd rather bet on myself than, cause I done signed deals. I done had record deals. You know what I'm saying? And they take me 3 years to get up out them, to get up out of them.
That's how they try to trap you in them.
Yeah,
they want to let
get
your ass out them.
Yeah, they get your music. They don't want to do what they want to say. What they say they gonna do.
Shit and all that
they don't pay your bread that they promise you that they gonna pay you. End up got to go to litigation or go to fucking court and get your money back and all this old dumbass shit. If you lucky, you know what I'm saying. Like I got some shit going on now with a label. You know, they trying to hold my entire one of my Time Is Money catalog. You know what I'm saying? The entire catalog.
We was definitely finna get into all that shit was coming up next.
Yeah, it's crazy, dog. And I got my label and they still trying to play. That's with Sony.
Yeah,
they still trying to play.
So let me ask y'all this, fellas.
But what he tell you is two different type of gangsters in this world. You got the paper gangster and you got the street gangster. The
like
paper gangster is more scandalous,
hell yeah,
and ruthless
than the street gang. Way more.
You heard what I said, like a nigga like Puffy, the paper gangster.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Nigga might be a whole ass nigga, but on the papers, nigga.
Hell yeah, the music, the corporate music world, man.
Yeah,
they
he used to always say
to
me. He said they some of the most evilest people.
Man, they evil. They don't care about nothing, bro.
So let me ask y'all this, fellas. Would you rather be independent? Because you see now the labels ain't really like what it meant in our day when we was
today's time,
all this streaming and all this bullshit.
Yeah, today's time, I would tell the person to go independent. If they, you know what I'm saying? If they, you know what I'm saying, get you a publishing deal.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How y'all feel about streaming and all that shit?
If that's what you can get it, go get it.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way of the future, man.
That's the way.
Nah, because you know they say they don't really be paying niggas. You get like a penny or something crazy ass shit.
But think about it. A whole lot of pennies. Look,
you gotta do a whole bunch of streaming just to get
not how much money you make, it's what you do with the money you make.
No, and this the thing. People try to make it like, let me tell you something
about
the
platform and putting you out there like that.
Yeah, let me chop it up with you about the streaming real quick.
Yeah.
Dog, people trying to make it like it's like they like, okay, it's you only get a penny per stream, and they want to equivalent it to CDs. Like, yeah, I was selling them out the trunk. I remember we was getting $10, $20 per CD. You know what I'm saying? And we only paid $1. Our overhead was $1 per CD.
If a nigga had a deal, you might was getting $1 a CD.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That was considered a good deal.
That was always a bad deal.
Yeah?
Michael Jackson and them showed you that. That was always a bad deal.
Yeah, and that's how much we used to. That was our overhead. Like after
that's what we was offered, so we didn't know no better. You gotta understand.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. We didn't know no better, but Michael Jackson, Prince, and them, they always show you that
was a bad deal. That was a bad deal.
Prince was on top of that. Remember that nigga changed his name to the Symbol?
That's why.
That nigga was on their ass.
That's why.
You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't.
So look, let me finish real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So with the streaming, you don't have to pay all that overhead that we used to have to pay, like the jewel casing, the paper print work. You got to go all your artwork. You got to go out and do photo shoots.
Pay for the CDs too. Don't forget that. Still got to pay for the CDs.
You got to pay for shipping. You got to house them bitches. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pay all that shit. And a stream, you could fucking I could text you. I could text Bubba Fett and like, here, what you think it is? Play this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just think if you got 1,000 people on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like over the last, I say probably like the last year, we bought at about that 5 million streams. You know what I'm saying? About 5 million streams.
Yeah, he was waking shit up last year with that last single y'all put out. Everybody was doing it down. I seen that shit on
you just
TikTok.
gotta
I was
stay-
like, this nigga be putting it down.
You gotta
know what I'm
stay
saying?
consistent. See, I had laid off of TikTok because I thought they was about to take them.
Yeah.
I thought the government was about to seize them. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see, they shut that bitch down.
They had.
for a
I
minute.
thought they was about to shut it down. They was talking about the China government, so I'm like, I eased off. I ain't want to put no more, investment into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but you just gotta stay consistent. Like I noticed that, like the single part when I was dropping singles, like when I did No Pain or whatever,
Yeah.
it helped me, but the algorithm ain't start really bopping until and I pull up certain artists. I check it on certain artists. You can check it on Google, whatever you check it on. That AI shit, it's not the algorithm not gonna really check for you unless you being consistent with your shit. You know what I'm saying? And then
So
boom.
is that why you think these artists drop so much music, B? For what you just
That's
now
why
said?
they dropping
The
so much
YouTube facts,
music.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it- but
being
it's-
behind the scenes and seeing a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying?
And they getting money and it don't sound like shit. But they don't give a fuck what it sound like. Because think about it. If you got, just say you got an artist out
Niggas
here.
dropping EPs, all type of shit, deluxes.
Say you doing 100
Niggas.
songs, dog. Say you got 100 songs. If you got 100 records, tracks out there, right? And you make $100 per record, that's $10,000 a month. Cash. You know what I'm saying? You take that and you ain't gotta do shit with that. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers be like, man, I ain't just gonna drop music, ain't nobody listen to it. Don't worry about that, cause it's just like anything else. You put that shit out there, it's gonna age, and on top of that, the algorithm gonna fuck with you. They gonna see you out there and they gonna start pushing you. So then you gonna have a bunch of real niggas like, man, shit, I like that shit. That shit hard. You know what I'm saying? Boom. That's how these young YNs, that's how they running around here band up. Got the OGs pissed like. But they out here,
Killing
they know that
And
technology.
it go back to what both of y'all said earlier, man, and that's about how they figured out how to work together a little bit better than we did. in our
Hell,
era,
they
you know?
collabing.
They mastered that shit. Even with Dope Boys on whatchamacallit, man.
Yeah.
Team Eastside. See Vezo working with Payroll right
Man,
now.
they
though.
collabing,
I never
bro.
thought I would see that shit. You know
Dog.
what I'm saying? Like, that
Them
shit is
little
beautiful,
niggas,
man.
I ain't
All
gonna say
them,
little
there's so
niggas.
many of them niggas, man.
They getting rich
Jeez.
together, AG. They getting rich
I
together.
know, man.
They collabing, That's like if I do a record with you, right? Say you got your following, they 50,000. Say I got my following 50,000. I do a record. That's 100,000 people. People about to tune into your shit.
And we tapping into each other's fan base.
You know what I'm
You
saying? So that's what I feel about streaming. Like it's all about,
It push you to work harder.
yeah, that's why a
You know
nigga
what
like
I'm
Boosie. That's why Boosie could come in and you see this nigga, he buying 100 fucking acres. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't out. He doing interviews
Ain't
and
no
back.
way there's many niggas is listening to this nigga.
Man,
That
he-
shit, you never
dog,
know. You know?
look how many collabs
No, that's
he doing.
just so he making money off
Look
his
how
name,
many-
like you said, 'cause he got the
look
following.
Look
you know
how
what
many
I'm saying?
collabs he doing,
Yeah.
AG. Like,
Yeah.
dog,
Yeah,
it's so
you right.
many. It's so many niggas he collabing with. I done heard so many niggas like, yeah, I gave Boosie 10 bands. I gave Boosie 50 bands. I gave Boosie 30 bands.
Yeah.
Dog, and all that
And
shit.
here, you
add
know how
up.
much that nigga came up here, man?
Who?
Boosie. Just how much he came to Detroit in the last few
Yeah,
years.
he
They
just
fucking
came.
with-
Yeah.
They fucking with him heavy up here.
They
you know
fuck
what I'm
with
saying?
Boosie, but the thing is, it's like Boosie is an underground rapper still. Niggas don't even realize that he's still underground. He's still underground. He independent. You know what I'm saying? He clicking in on them motherfucking streams. You know, he get look at NBA YoungBoy, go to prison. He get out richer than when he went in.
Keep getting up.
This nigga got acres, dog. He buying acres off that shit.
And now they just said he could tour, man. That nigga finna go crazy, dog.
It's going crazy, man.
But
Them niggas going
real
crazy.
quick, fellas, man, there's two things I want to jump back on, man. Like one, with Proof, and then two, we were talking about P Dot, man. Now, before we even jump back into Proof, man, let's shine a light on P Dot recently, man. Who y'all recently lost, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, let's talk about that for a minute. Just his legacy, you know what I'm saying? What he means to you guys. Just as a man, you know what I'm saying? And let's talk about his role in the group as well, because I do believe he was Paystyle as well.
Hell yeah, that was my dog.
That's what I'm saying, man. So let's go ahead and give him a shout out, man.
Hell yeah.
And speak on him, man. What he meant to y'all.
P. Dot, aka P. Kaiser, he got some music on the way too. You know what I'm saying?
Good, man. Good. Put that shit out, B, man.
Posthumous projects, man. P. Kaiser, man. How I clicked with him was he was Swifty hype man, right? Mm-hmm. He was Swifty hype man, and so Swift and Money used to rent a house from me that I bought from that I got from Bubba Fat. You know what I'm saying? And so when he was renting there, I started rapping and shit. You know, I was rapping, doing shows. I was already rapping, but I was doing shows. So I go over there. They had a burner there. So I go over there and Pete ought to be the producer over there. You know what I'm saying? Getting him and Swifty shows ready. You know, because he was Swifty hype man. So he'd be the producer over there, getting the shows ready. So I have to go through him like, hey man, can you hook this show CD up for me? You know what I'm saying? I was just starting out. I ain't know shit. So he was helping me put my show CDs together over there. So that's how I clicked with him. Yeah. So one day him and Phil called me up. Like, I want you to be on this record. So I'm like, all right, you know, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. I hear the record. And I get on that motherfucker. Next thing you know, we start pushing it. People like it. We started a rap group. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really a rap group. We was just collabing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then that's how we was like, all right, we're going to do the in crowd. You know? Came up with that. Next thing you know, I put together a listening party. And Peter like, man, I'll help you push that bitch. I'll help you push it. You know, and that's the thing right there. Like, people be like, man, who I should go into business with and whoop-de-whoop. You go into business with people that you ain't gotta ask to help. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just help. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. They see what you need. They see what you need to, you know what I'm saying? How you need to progress, how this shit can go forward. They jump right in and play their role. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. And that was what P-Dot was. He was like, I'll help you push this shit. Nigga, we went out and sold, I think we only had to do 100 tickets. We did Jam, Club Jam. We did Jam, and we did Club Jam, and we sold that bitch out. And then right there, I was like, shit, you might as well fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You might as well do this shit with the record label. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how I jumped, and then.
Now, let me ask you this, B, real quick, and not to cut you off once again. So, besides you and P-Dot, you know what I'm saying? Like, let everybody know who all was signed to the label, or even if they wasn't signed, like, who all was part of the label. Let's say that. Who all was part of the family, part of the label.
Okay.
I know it's you, it's yourself. You got P-Dot, like you said.
P-Dot is me. It's Queen Dinah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah, man. Queen Dinah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Dinah, man.
Yeah, Dinah. That's my sister right there. Yeah. That was another one that showed me, you know, that rap was real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to have her and Deshaun battle. Like, they was, you know what I'm saying? We used to hype up like, who gonna be the best? Who the one who can win? Who the best out of them? Me and Buffett used to have them type of discussions and shit. Yeah. Like who can rap the best out of them? You know, it was crazy. They'd be on the phone rapping and shit. Shit used to be crazy, man. But Queen Dinah, Nate the Barber, Phil the Future, and let me see who else. And that's really, you know, everybody else is like honorable mentions, you know what I'm saying? But that's really like the artist side of it, you know?
Now, if you don't mind, B, why don't you name the projects for those who don't know, man, from the current to the present, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just so, you know, everybody can stream, because I see you moving. I know you got your shit
Man,
on all
yeah,
streaming
man,
platforms.
you know, we need
You know what I'm
everybody to
saying?
go.
So, you know, over here on my platform, once again, man, this was created for the OGs. So every now and then I stop y'all in the midst of talking just to shine the light on what y'all got going on and make sure that people know y'all platforms, how to get in touch with y'all if they looking for work or want to work with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
real quick, man, name all your albums, man, from the current to present, and let the people know how they can find them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah,
And,
man, it's a bunch of them, but I'm
You
gonna
don't
name
gotta
a
name
few.
them all, but
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
know
name
what
a
the-
few of them.
The main ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, I
I
want.
see your merch right there too, boy.
Yeah,
Paystyle Records,
yeah,
man.
heck yeah, man. Paystyle Records. This is one of the hats. You know what I'm saying? You could go log on. My thing is this. You know, streaming is a good thing. We fuck with streaming heavy. That's the move right there. That's the wave. However, we want y'all to log into, follow us on our website, paystylerecords.net. You know what I'm saying? Join our mailing list so we can
Direct to consumer.
you know, direct to consumer and, you know, get a closer look, a more intimate relationship with us. You know what I'm saying?
Acquaintance.
Better acquaintance, you know. And up close and personal, that's where you're gonna get more, you know, more benefits, the whole nine, man. We can link up the whole nine. So that's at paystylerecords.net. Boom. I got Time is Money, the mixtape. That was my first release.
And that's the one you going through the bullshit now.
That's
right?
the one that's I'm going through the bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying, the shit is crazy, but we handling that. You know what I'm saying? I'm slowly but surely it's coming together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a motherfucker, you know, but it's cool because we got our business taken care of. So they, you know, even though they plan us on it, they can't take all our money. You know what I'm saying? They taking a lot of it though. You know what I'm saying? But they can't take it all. If you got all
They
your
still
ducks
gotta
in a-
respect some shit.
Huh?
They still gotta respect some shit.
They
at the
still
end of
gotta
the day.
respect some shit. But I want to say this to tell other artists, whoever see this shit, man, to let them know. Register your songs in all the right places, man. Like when you be seeing like where you need to register your song, your records and your songs. Because a record and a song is two different things. You know what I'm saying? A song is the composition, is the words. You know, just the words, the lyrics. You know, and a record is when you put the lyrics to wax and record it in the actual studio. You know? Okay, so they got the Time is Money mixtape. Okay, but we that's still us. We created it. And Retro 4, that's one we just put out. I got Retro 4 Reloaded.
Now these are full length projects.
Yeah, those full length projects right there. All those three. Then we got I got a bunch of mixtapes that's out there. Just go to BK Paystyle, look that up, BK Paystyle or Paystyle Records, but BK Paystyle is the most recent for my projects.
Okay. And you said paystylerecords.net for the website,
Yep,
right?
paystylerecords.net for the website.
Okay.
We got paystylerecords.com popping, but I gotta, you know, just get that forwarded, all the traffic in one place, you know.
Yeah.
So it's,
Okay.
you know, yeah, but and I got another one that I'm popping right now. It's about to drop. When that motherfucker it drop on the 17th. It dropped the 17th. You know.
Yeah.
So we did probably about 29, 30 projects, man.
Now I gotta ask y'all fellas, man, when y'all got the news, P-Dot, how y'all feel?
oh man, I was fucked up. But I'm gonna tell you this too. P, he knew something. Like
Cause it just seemed like that shit came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it did and it didn't. Like we was speaking. Like I spoke to him every day up until he couldn't speak no more. You know what I'm saying? Like we text even when he couldn't speak. You know, like when we made our release. You know, like we released the record. I think we released the record, Paper Champions. Paper Champions.
I remember you going hard with the promo around that time, like
Yeah.
right before he transitioned.
Yeah,
you know
right
what I'm
when he
saying?
transitioned, we was releasing Paper Champions. We was working on it, and when he was transitioning, cause he was in the coma, couldn't, you know, he was brain dead before anything. So when he couldn't speak, but he went and it was a transitional period. So first he lost his ability to speak, but he could still text though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's some new technology, a new wave. Like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cause the generation before us, they ain't had that privilege. Like,
shit, we'll take it.
you know what I'm saying? So he
yeah.
texting me. So we going back and forth and shit. We releasing, and the day of the release, I'm showing him the numbers of the release day, how we looking on you know what I'm saying, on releasing the first day of Paper Champions. Mm-hmm. So he's slowly slipping away. Day go past. Next thing you know, he can't even do that. He gone. So yep, leading up to that, he started, you know, he took on like a you could just tell in his demeanor, like he was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really, it was sudden, but it wasn't really sudden like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man. R.I.P. P. Dot,
Mm-hmm.
man. Damn.
One thing about P, man, he was like, don't cry for me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, don't cry for me. He was like, I want you to keep doing this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bang my shit, you know.
Yeah.
You know, keep his
name alive. Keep his legacy alive.
Yeah, keep his shit going and put out all the music that he created. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what he wanted. And he was like, you know, he wouldn't want it no other way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was a hard worker, good work ethic. You know what I'm saying? That was the one thing. Like, P was one of them guys. He ain't had no ego.
Yeah.
No type of ego, man.
That's
he could.
important.
That's very important.
You know, that was super important, man. He had to get it done. I'm gonna say this. That nigga P, dog, look, we was selling records off selling CDs off fucking what was the fuck was that? It was a website back in the day, Moco Space, right? This nigga P that was on Moco Space, right? So he met a girl on Moco Space. He met a girl on
back in like the early 2000s. Wow.
Yeah, this early, bro. He met a girl on Moco Space, right? Dog. He talked to the girl. He let the girl see his profile on like it was on YouTube. He let the girl see a profile on YouTube, see his video on YouTube. She like, oh, you can rap, da-da-da-da. Woo, woo, woo. He like, yeah, I sell I got CDs for sale. You know what I'm saying? She like, let me get one of your CDs. You know what I'm saying? Dog, homegirl lived in Hart, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? So he never even.
Where the fuck is that at?
Hart, Michigan is like up north Michigan, like Grand Rapids, Pass. It's like, you know, it's in the boondocks of Michigan, but it's real people there.
It's like Lansing area,
bro. It's like, is Lansing north? Lansing north or south?
Lansing got to be north.
Yeah.
It's headed that way.
Yeah, it's all that part up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she I send her the CD. P-Dot come to me like, man, look, she say she want a CD. I'm like, all right, bet, we gonna mail it to her. I mail her a CD, right? Homegirl ended up being a clerk at a gas station. So she, like, since when I mailed her a CD, I mailed her a CD, wrote her a little note. She say, "Oh, I like the note. I want 5 more." Give her 5, send her 5 more. This a white lady up in Hart, Michigan. Send her 5 more. She like, "Oh, I need 10 more.
Cracking.
I need 10 more of those." Send her 10 more. She like, "I need 50. The same lady.
Yeah.
She's in Clark, Michigan.
With
She fucking with it. Then she had a son, her little 12-year-old son. Her little 12-year-old son, like, "I like BK too." You know what I'm saying? Like, P was her favorite rapper, and I became his favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He want 50 more for his friends, And that was all P, man. P made that work. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, man. He was a real one. Real one.
Y'all got some motherfucking bangers, man. So many, man. Shit. Now, I done lost count. Shit. I know for sure that Fuck You Pay Me. That motherfucking,
That's a classic.
That was a
what was that
classic.
other shit? BK abbreviation for bricks.
Oh, that's Look Into My
Freeway
Soul.
elevated my flip.
Yeah, Look Into My
Nigga, what?
Soul.
Nigga, what? I used to go crazy. G used to play that shit back in the day,
I
nigga.
appreciate that, dog.
Duh.
real.
But real quick, fellas, man, let's jump back on this proof shit right quick in this D12 one because we didn't cover that shit, and I know y'all was around. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
man, how did y'all feel when that shit first took off? Because we were talking about all the proof shit, and then I had jumped to the other questions I had for y'all, so I don't want to get too off track. Let's go back to the D12 movement, man. Just what was going on at that time? You know what I'm saying? Just in y'all life and around the city, man. How did y'all feel? You know what I'm saying? How did y'all feel the streets received it? You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it was a lot of mixed reviews, like you said earlier in the interview. Niggas was trying to shit on it, you know what I'm saying? And
Let's
all
just be
that.
honest. I mean,
Shit,
You
that
gotta
went
be-
platinum. Somebody was fucking
They
with
went
it.
platinum.
you got
Multi-platinum, my bad.
Platinum.
let's be honest. I mean,
Some real niggas too.
dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, they were more on some hip hop stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, they spit real bars, and the streets, Detroit. How do I say? Detroit really wasn't on hip hop as much as the youth wasn't at that point in time. They, you know what I'm saying? It was more the
Gravitated
take-
more towards the streets.
Exactly.
It was kind of like backpackers. Like people would be like, "Oh, he's a backpacker."
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? They
You know
kind
what
of
I'm saying? Or
labeled
they-
it like,
You know what I'm saying? They ain't saying nothing that, you know, the streets was like, they ain't saying nothing that we could relate to. But they were saying stuff that the world could relate to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the same time,
Wow.
you got to look at, you know what I'm saying? And let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? Really, Detroit is a town of hustlers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us is on, you know what I'm saying? Give a shout out to Royce for his favorite line. We in the city where if you don't work at the plant, you plant work. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that was
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
I remember
That's-
we all used to hang out too. When he mentioned Royce, I remember we all used to go to River Rock.
Yeah.
The River Rock together.
Ebony Showcase.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I hated it when all that shit was going on, man. When all that race and all that shit was
Yeah.
going on.
I mean,
man.
shit.
I know it's
grow
hip hop
up.
and all that
people
shit. You
grow
know what
up,
I'm
you know
saying?
what I'm
Man.
saying? Yeah, people grow, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it didn't have to be that way. Because you know how it go.
Yeah.
Egos and shit start jumping in the way and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Again, we just lucky that shit like that didn't stop the growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. It kind of it ain't stopped the growth. It
No,
ain't
it
stopped
didn't
the
stop
growth.
the
That
growth.
shit
You know
ain't
what I'm saying?
stopped
It
shit.
ain't stopped- it ain't
Shit,
stopped
niggas
shit. It ain't stopped shit.
multi-platinum.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you right. You
It
right.
didn't stop the
It
growth.
didn't
you know what
stop
I'm
the
saying?
growth.
And brothers got to work
Next
around
thing.
that type of stuff eventually.
It
you know what I'm
actually
saying?
made it stronger, like bigger, more immense. Because
Well,
it turned into something else
Yeah,
now.
what happens there? You know what I'm saying? It evolved. Instead
I
of
was
it could have
living
went
on the
left.
east side when that
It could've
Devil's
went-
Night came out. Niggas over there was bumping. That's when I
That
was
shit
over there
was
on Riot
hard,
Pill,
dog.
Yeah,
man.
'cause
Them niggas
it-
was all because you know they
you
was on the
can't-
street on running.
Yeah, yeah.
So them niggas all over there was bumping
I
that
used to
shit.
stay, I was standing around the corner from you.
I remember
when
that
whole
shit.
on
I remember
Greeley
that.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Dude,
I was
Devil's
on
Night is
Greeley.
one of the coldest
Yeah, my
albums.
nigga stayed on Greeley. He got shot at the liquor store right there on the corner. Right
Damn,
there.
yeah, I remember that, dog. I remember that.
Devil's Night was a cold album. Like I said, if you're looking for a
Shit was
hardcore
hard.
gangster album, no, it wasn't. But was you want to talk about brothers spitting bars and they was saying some weird shit.
And
fucking
some gangster
bars?
shit on there
Oh,
too.
this-
That pistol
Nigga,
shit.
remember that one shit? Nigga, I damn near fell out when I first heard this. Nigga is crazy. Like, what?
Bars on that bitch.
They had bars.
I'm a devil. Whenever there was such a thing, I'm a better nigga. What?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you can't front on like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
And that
had their
one shit,
lane.
what was that one shit,
Everybody
Swift?
they like
Damn, that one thing I'm finna tell you, hold up, man, that nigga Swift, man, how the fuck did that shit start? Was it instigate?
I'm an instigator.
I'm an instigator.
But that's not really
Yeah, I'm an instigator.
That shit was hard.
That shit was hard.
That shit was hard.
That shit was hard. That shit was hard.
I'm an instigator. Yeah,
That shit
he
was
killed
hard.
that.
That
You know what I'm
shit
saying?
That was some bangers on that motherfucker. That was
That
night.
shit was hard. That shit was all bangers. All
I came
bangers.
here to rule this time.
All bangers, bro. All bangers.
So
That was all bangers.
you can't front on their movement. Know what I'm
Hell
saying?
no,
But
that shit was real, bro.
you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
It was a lot of people
See, the-
eating.
How
See, the
y'all
thing-
feel they represented Detroit, man? Because, you know, me being in the streets at that time, I ain't gonna front,
Now,
fellas.
look
A
at
lot
the
of the
name of
talk
the
was saying, like, you know, they was on that blue and yellow, purple pill shit. Niggas was
look
mad
at
saying
the
niggas
name of
wasn't
the
popping
album.
pills
Look
about
the name
that
of-
shit. But
look at the name of the album.
Yeah.
You can't get no more Detroit than that.
Hell no, them niggas put Detroit on them.
You can't-
and then with that our shit on you,
Yeah.
man, which I was devastated. That shit wasn't on
That
the
shit
fucking
was
album.
hard,
Yeah.
dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
But
Like,
wasn't it on the version? Wasn't it? Wasn't
and
it
they
on the
said I
different-
never
Yeah,
grew up.
they-
I was
they
born
brought-
grown
they-
and grew
they
down.
did
Look
this
at
side,
that.
like
Yeah, like a
Ooh.
B-side type. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was real.
They put this bitch on the map. Niggas can say what the fuck they want. They put this bitch on the map,
Hell
man.
yeah, I thought we had made it, dog. That was my feeling. Like beforehand, because I already felt like we was already famous. You know, like hood fame. Like we was locally famous already, dog. Like everything, the perks really didn't change. You know what I'm saying? Much. And so
Just like a bigger plateau.
it was like a bigger plateau, like. But you know what was crazy? I remember like that shit when I realized that shit was big is when we went to New York. When me and Fact went to New York for one of our cousins' I think it was his wedding.
graduation.
His graduation. We was going for his graduation, and we got a phone call from Deshaun. And he was like, y'all be careful out there, you know, we at war, you know. And I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? This shit real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in fucking New York. We don't even rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this time, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, we wasn't even rapping. So I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? This shit real, but that shit when they was beefing with that with motherfucking Murder Inc. and Benzino,
Yeah,
and
that shit
them,
was real,
nigga.
man.
That shit was, and that shit meant something when we won,
Yeah,
because
at
we
that time,
won.
Benzino
The
had all that
source-
source shit going on
Nigga, they
and all
shut the
that
source
shit.
down. They really single-handedly.
Them niggas was just mad because them
Man,
niggas got
50.
faded, man. That nigga Eminem faded that nigga Benzino so
Ooh,
bad. I don't give a
they
fuck what
put a-
y'all niggas say,
ooh.
how y'all feel, none of that shit. It is what it is.
That
man.
marketing
On that
plan.
Godfather rap, man,
Ooh.
that nigga gave that
Ooh.
nigga the business.
The B.I.G.
I would
dog.
never claim to be no
Dog.
Ravenzino,
Ooh.
83-year-old fake Pacino.
And the entire label participated. It wasn't one nigga that said
It was
out.
so many, man. That shit with
Ooh.
Lloyd Banks. Niggas know what I'm
Oh,
about.
my
Out here.
goodness.
You
Oh.
can run out here. Man, that
Oh,
nigga. Man, that's the one
man.
Obi Trice went ape on that. bitch.
Eight, everybody went 8. And it's like we shut them down. They closed the fucking magazine. They made the magazine go to a website, virtual. You know, they had to start doing
losing
web-based.
so much advertising.
Oh, man, that was
nigga M,
huge.
goddamn, when that nigga M rapped on that Machiavelli beat, man, that was a rap, man. I hate
Oh
them
man,
niggas so bad
yeah.
on that shit.
Cause M did the he
And then
produced.
the Obi
he
Trice with
produced.
the what that nigga say? Oh fuck. I'm from Detroit, where niggas is not Philly.
Yeah, he put
on the Cameron them beat. When he took Cameron
That's
them
another
beat.
thing about Detroit rappers, bro. I'm glad that they started to stick together even more.
Niggas stuck
You know what I'm
together
saying?
on
Like-
that shit. Everybody
Yeah,
stuck
like, you know what I'm
together,
saying?
nigga.
You know what I'm
they
saying?
stuck together on
I
that,
give
bro.
Trick, you know what I'm saying, the no-fly zone, that was the best thing that ever happened. to
I
Detroit.
love it, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't understand it in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I thought he just was hoeing niggas, it was hilarious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once I found out, like, what it really was about and all that shit, I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
you know,
yeah.
I think
If these niggas is coming to our city, you don't want to fuck with it, then you hoeing and then you turn the niggas' mics off. We were just talking about this shit last night. How they used to, because I was backstage at one of the T Grizzly concerts and shit. They turned the mic off on one of the local
Yeah,
niggas.
hell yeah.
I just couldn't believe
That
that
shit
shit.
was fire.
You
They
know
do
what I'm
that type-
saying?
they do
Like,
that type
y'all
of
niggas, it be the niggas who in position. It don't be the rap niggas. It be the engineer niggas and
engineers
the
and the fucking DJ.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hell yeah, they did. I got done like that a few times. That's the thing. Like with the no-fly zone, I feel like it's the gift and the curse. Like the gift is, yeah, you making them pay homage. You know what I'm saying? But the curse is you scaring a lot of money away
For a minute.
for a minute. We had
For a second. Now, then,
you had to go
but
through
then
it.
now you start seeing other cities adapt the same
Nas,
concept.
yeah, and now it's coming back to
Back.
tenfold.
Exactly,
Now
yeah,
I see
exactly.
it, but it was like a long term type of thing. Like I'm like, damn, this is scaring the money. But now they accepting Detroit as
getting
a
our recognition.
yeah. We getting we actually getting recognition, dog. We getting they letting us in them on the avenues and the platforms to actually get money.
And speaking of that, fellas, how y'all feel about the city right now? Overall, you know what I'm saying? As far as the younger generation and what they
Detroit
doing,
talking
man.
about, baby.
Yeah, they doing. I
You know
mean,
what I'm
as far as like
Detroit always gonna
You
survive.
know, the
man.
Peasies and the Vezos and the Rays and
killing
the
them, dog.
Payrolls and
Do
the,
they thing.
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, them niggas doing their thing. Like
and the OG. Shout out Matt Nichols, man. Recently just came home from a little stint. You know what I'm saying?
the thing
So-
about the youth today, man, is that some of us OGs might not understand everything they talking about, but they getting it. You know what I'm saying? You can't never knock the hustle.
nah, yeah, exactly.
And they young too. We was young
you can
niggas
learn
once trying to
from
find our way.
ways.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
the thing is, us, you know, people that came from our way, we could learn from that. You know what I'm saying? Because them little I ain't gonna say little, them younger guys, they getting that bread. Like
That's
they
a fact.
and see, and they doing it off their craft. They might go and crash out. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen that. That's
what I
but
like
look,
about it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
that's why so many of these little young niggas is crashing out because they getting so rich so fast.
Yeah.
They seeing so much cash so early. It's
They ain't
like,
used to that shit.
what else
A lot
I'm
of
gonna
them
do?
ain't had the discipline to even
They ain't
know
had
what
the
to do in
discipline
that
to
type
do
of
with it.
situation.
That's why it's going down like that.
Another thing proof you say, if you can't handle little money, you can't handle big money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
real, bro.
real.
That's real. That's fucking real,
I ain't gonna lie,
dog.
that's real. That's super real.
That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? Now speaking of proof, once again, fellas, man, we gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That day, y'all got that call. You know what I'm saying? Speak on it.
Shit, man, it's nothing else to say. It just wasn't. I couldn't believe it.
'Cause it fucked me up. I ain't even gonna front. I was at work, man. I was devastated. I thought that shit was some type of joke, man. Until I started seeing everybody talking about that shit.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
shit was crazy. I was asleep. I ain't get the call, I think, till about 4 in the morning. I was asleep. And my girlfriend Mila called me at the time. And no, she was my ex-girl, because I was with my girl at the time. She was my ex-girlfriend, but she called me because we all used to hang out. So she was cool with Proof. And so she called me. She was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, what? You sorry? You sorry about what? She like, you don't know? I'm like, no, I know about what? And she was like, they saying they got proof. They saying they got proof on the news. I'm like, what? They got them on. She like, turn on the news. It's on the news everywhere. I'm like, damn. So I turn on the news and check the shit out. I'm thinking I'm looking at a fucking I'm thinking I'm looking at a motherfucking music video. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe it, dog. It seems so real, dog. And this what fucked me up. I'm gonna tell you the real. This some real honest to God truth, right?
Cause that shit just don't really make no sense to me, man. I'm just be even all these years later. Man.
I'm about to tell you
I heard so
deep
many
ass shit.
different versions of what really happened. But
Dog, I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm about to tell you some deep shit.
That's rather here nor there.
I'm gonna tell y'all some deep
that shit
documented
hurt,
shit
bro.
on that.
I'm gonna just keep it a bin. That shit hurt, man. That shit hurt.
Hey, G, I'm gonna tell you some deep documented shit for you, your
we couldn't
viewers,
believe that shit. The crew,
everybody.
you know, we was on the NBG shit at that time when that
Hell
nigga, we was ready to ride.
I already know.
Everybody, like, we ain't even know what the fuck happened. Every niggas came over like 20 deep, nigga.
Check this shit out, right? Me and Fat, we riding, we hustling one day. Woo woo, you know what I'm saying? We was doing like real estate, you know, so we'll be up late, getting in work, you know, putting in work with the real estate. So after we done working, me and Bubba Fact, I'd be riding with him, he'd be riding with me. I think I was riding with him that day. I think he was taking me this particular day. And I was like, all right, you know, what you about to get into? You know what I'm saying? He like, oh, I'm about to go to this video shoot. You know what I'm saying? Sean want me to come down to the video shoot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. He like, what you about to get into? Well, I tell him what I'm about to get into, right? So boom, we go boom. Both fact he go down do the video. You know what I'm saying? So the video
y'all niggas know y'all related to Firstborn too?
No, he cool, but he not family. Yeah. But he cool though.
Yeah.
All right, so Bubba Fat, he go do the video, right? I see the video come out. Now the video is Toy Soldiers, right? Documented. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's in the
song, by the way.
He in the video. You know what I'm saying? And the video is like y'all. You seen Toy Soldiers, so you seen what happened with Proof and Bubba Fat in the video. You know what I'm saying? And so it was surreal like that, bro.
You know what? I never looked at that shit.
No, you gotta look at it. Like Bubba Fat is right there, looking at him. I mean, right there.
Yeah, I mean, from that perspective, like how you narrate.
I imitate life like
that shit damn near played out.
Bro, right. It played out like that, like exactly in my head, like it fucked me up. And I'm like, bro, like there is no higher form. There's no higher form of evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, shit, turn on YouTube, how many views that motherfucking video got? And that came out before fucking YouTube was doing views, so it's doing.
Toy Story, that was on what?
Toy Soldier.
Toy Story, I mean not Toy Story. What was that on Encore?
No, the one before the Eminem show.
The Eminem show.
Yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. What's the second? What's the
that
first
was
one?
My shit.
First one is what?
Slim Shady.
Slim.
Second one was the one with Swivel and first I got on.
That's
Marshall Mathers show.
Yeah, Marshall Mathers.
Okay.
And then
that's what I Am was on, right?
Yeah.
Then Toy Soldiers is on that one.
Yeah. The one Toy Soldiers is on
the second album.
I think so. That's because it came out after the Eminem show. Toy Soldiers came
Eminem
out.
Eminem is the one that had
the Eminem show came out in '99.
Okay.
No, that shit came out way after that.
Did it?
Eminem was the one with drips and all of this. That's why I ain't got
2000.
No time.
Yeah. Was it 2000? And
so
that's one when I was beefing with Jermaine Dupri and
oh yeah, that was shit. After. You're right. My bad. That was in the 2000s, early 2000s. Yeah. Eminem show came out like 2002, 2001.
I think that's the one with I Am.
All three.
I Am.
I think that bitch was on Encore. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I think it's like around 01, 03 because it came
when
out.
Marshall Mathers came out. That was that was 2000. I remember that was around time Up in Smoke tour was going on and all that.
And Toy Soldiers was
I Am
after that.
The Marshall Mathers CD is the one with I Am.
Yeah.
And I think
because I Am whatever you say I Am.
Because when the Eminem show came out,
Yeah, you right, fast. That was the one I sit
Now,
back.
y'all
and this
think about
back,
close.
and
Y'all
this
think
act,
about
and this
closed
bag, and
curtain.
this weed. Yeah,
Y'all think about closed curtain. Closed curtain. When he had Mosh and all that on there.
That was the tape where I don't give a fuck if you don't suck. What was that?
My dear, Because the Eminem show.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
The Eminem show came out when we was over. You was on John R. I wasn't even on John R. yet.
I remember Money and them had the spot over there on John R. the fire department when all that shit was going on. And all that,
they that's who they was renting it from me.
Cause Money had did a beat from me. I had went over there.
Yep, they was renting it from me. I got it from him.
Yeah.
That house went through the family. Like,
yeah, that's real, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Money. What up, dog, nigga?
Yeah. That's like extended family, friends of the family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but
fucking know, man.
That's what fucked me up about it, dog. It was like that shit, dog. Was like you know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, dog, this shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
That shit, that nigga Proof, man. Damn.
Shit fucked me up.
How you think he'll feel about what's going on right now with the Detroit scene? You think
So
he'll
they
be
was
proud
on
of this
Encore.
shit?
That was on
Encore.
That's what I thought, man.
Encore.
That's why I had asked that shit, man. I usually be pretty good with my album. Every now and then I do fuck up. You know
he done dropped a bunch of them though. Him done dropped a bunch of work. You know what I'm saying? He done dropped a bunch of work. But yeah, it was this shit. He'll be bigger than life right now. All this shit, he'll love this shit. He used to love the camera back then.
Well, you
know what? Did I ask y'all? I don't think I asked y'all this. Matter of fact, I didn't. When did all that shit come into play with the Proof and the Shady Records shit? Matter of fact, I didn't ask y'all that shit. Yeah, when did all that shit come into play?
Well, it came into play. D12 came into play way before Eminem signed.
Cause that's when what's my man that got killed, man? Bugs. Yeah, R.I.P. Bugs. Yeah.
He was another solid man.
That's what I always heard, man.
Yeah, I never understood that Bugs. I never understood the Bugs thing because I knew that I introduced Swifty and Proof.
Well, see, that was before. See,
what was all that shit about? Because I was hearing niggas was trying to say that Swift was supposed to have took Bugs' place.
I never understood that. I never got a chance to talk to him about that.
That just was going around the streets. That niggas was mad about that shit.
No, let's clear that up.
Let's clear that shit up for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Swift didn't take Bugs' place. You know what I'm saying? Bugs passed. And when Bugs got killed, I ain't gonna say wouldn't got Swift, they wouldn't ask Swift would he like to join the group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't take his place. Bugs wasn't gonna be replaced. Bugs still got, from my understanding, got paid off the D12 album.
Yeah,
you know
he still got points on it.
So you know what I'm saying? Even though that's why they put him on one song, they put him on the song, or they try to keep him on the album.
I remember
you know what I'm saying? So no, man. So you know what I'm saying?
D12, I'm glad you cleared that up too fast, because once again, this type of shit is important. And when you see these podcasts and these interviewers, you know that niggas was on big plateaus, MTV, VH1, all. Nobody never asked these type of questions. So I want to know.
Yeah, maybe they'll see the start. You know, tell the story.
D12 started before M signed the group. The reason, I ain't gonna say the total reason. You know what I'm saying? But one of the reasons that D12 became a group is because when Eminem first came out, you know what I'm saying, nobody was trying to fill the white boy that has these skills.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the first time I heard Eminem, and it was on, what was her name? My cousin, we heard him on what was it? Downtown Julie Brown.
She used
to have a Detroit segment at the end. You know, of her.
I think she passed, man.
I think she passed.
I think she did pass.
And Eminem
I looked that up too, man.
Eminem had a song on there called Firecracker. And Deshaun, like, listen to this.
That bitch was
and that's when I was like, and he was like, guess what? I was like, what? He's like, that's a white boy. I said, hell no. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, that's a white boy. Then after that, you know what I'm saying? As they was going to Osborne, he brought when Eminem did Infinite. One of the dopest albums ever, you ask me, that's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? And he did, and I used to bump this tape, man, and tell people to listen to it. You know, if you're an artist and you're like, oh, and I'd be like, this guy white.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. He let me.
I still can't believe it. 20 however the fuck on years it's been, man. Like that nigga, dog. What the fuck is wrong with that nigga, dog? Like the shit that nigga be saying, dog.
I couldn't believe it, dog.
Yeah, that Infinite album is one of the dope.
Even that last album with him and Mazzino was going this last year was that last. Because at first I was like, yeah, because I ain't like the beat. But when I got to playing that shit back and listen to what he said, like, dog, that nigga. But like I wrote my man something I really could have said. What the fuck he said? That shit was hilarious. No, he talking about the MGK nigga. That's what it was. Man, that shit was hilarious, dog.
MGK killed his fucking own.
That shit was funny to the motherfucker. MGK spanked that nigga though, man. You know what I'm saying? But shit, he can't. You know, he still got in his ass, but he can't act like MGK ain't spanked that nigga, man. No, I had many arguments about that shit. Everybody begged to differ. I'm like, he can't fuck with that nigga. I never said that shit. I just said he spanked that nigga.
But that kill shot shit was hard.
That's what I'm talking about, kill shot. That's what, when it was like, you said my name and the jump, something, but that shit was hilarious, dog. I can't remember what the fuck he said, but that shit was hilarious.
Don't get me wrong, man.
You know what I'm saying?
My two best freestylers are off the dome rappers of all time. Or it's three. You know what I'm saying? It was IQ. First number one, my cousin. And IQ.
He was hard.
You know what I'm saying? When it came off the top of the dome, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are going to be like, who the fuck is IQ? But he was one of the Detroit rappers that back in the day, man, that he was cold. You know what I'm saying?
I never seen Proof lose a battle like ever. Like
no,
I believe in 8 Mile.
Man, Proof was hard, man. I heard some shit. I don't know if it's out or man, that shit was so motherfucking hard. I don't even know how to explain to niggas how hard that shit was.
I never seen him lose a battle, and I believe
in everything, man. If anybody firstborn probably got that shit, somebody like that, man, that shit was so motherfucking hard, dog.
Yeah, and I believe in 8 Mile. That's the reason why Deshaun was the only one that beat Eminem in the movie, is because he's that's how dope he is with freestyle. You know what I'm saying? With the free off the dome, dog. Like I'm talking about, we used to test them time and time again, bro.
Craig G. I don't want to take away from him. I watch him crush him at the Rhythm Kitchen.
I never.
It was mad. The only line that got
talking about the East Coast nigga.
Yeah. That was.
I heard he was dope. He alright.
Yeah, Craig G was cold back then.
Yeah,
but at the Rhythm Kitchen, the only line that got the crowd to say,
Craig G.
Yeah. Only line that got him is because Craig G was like, while you freestyling, I get paid to rap. And the crowd was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But he was Craig G. That was it. But he
Craig G dope, dog. I came from, man.
Yes, he was. Craig G was dope.
My cousin G was playing some shit from that nigga. That shit was hard.
That shit was hard, man. Like, dog.
But no, I have never heard my cousin lose a rap.
I never.
Let me ask you
he got
this
cheated
fast,
out of
man.
one, though. He got cheated out of one. The one in New York for the rap blast. Yeah.
People be trying to say they beat him and all this shit. I never heard him ever. I never even heard, because this was it is. He was too quick with the impromptu in the spot shit before people was doing that shit. Like, he gonna call us something in the room, what you wearing, how you talk, how you know something. You know,
let me ask y'all this question, man, because if anybody would know, you two niggas would know. You know what I'm saying? Like, now what was the real relationship like behind the cameras? Fuck all the rap shit. When the cameras is off, niggas outside the studio. What was the relationship like with M and Proof? One, you know what I'm saying? And two, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
So with M and Proof?
Yeah. Like, I mean, was it really? I know they was like, was they really that tight like that for real? You know what I'm saying?
Man, M used to,
hell yeah.
Listen, M was probably one of the only white boys that could spend the night at my grandmother's house.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She loved him. You know what I'm saying? Because they were friends. You know what I'm saying?
They was really
he
friends.
Spent the night over my auntie. You know what I'm saying? He got put out of his house sometimes. He spent the night over my auntie, you know what I'm saying, in her basement. Like, they were close.
I wanted to ask you this too, fast. And this question is specifically for you, because you're not a rapper, so I know you would know this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, towards the end, right before Proof got killed, I don't know how true this is. That's why I want to ask y'all. But I was hearing that they was having differences.
No.
Let me
I know, you know what I'm talking about. Niggas was saying that shit like they had fell out and all that shit.
Hold on, let me say something too to add
niggas
on
was trying to say M sacrificed that and all that stupid ass shit.
Let me say something. Let me say something.
I ain't never heard no shit.
Let me say something to add on to it. When we'll all be hanging out, right? And it'll be something like if somebody was in the camp and they'll be like, oh, that corny white boy, anything. And Deshaun heard it.
Oh,
He gonna fuck you up, and he's gonna
put you on front.
he gonna let you know. Don't fucking say nothing bad about Marshall.
Yeah, I'm like, God, Detroit, man, you better not fuck with that nigga.
Fuck what a nigga do in your face. This is how he protecting you behind your back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's a sign of a real friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they had going on through the business and all that shit, that was business. But they was true friends before anything.
How did everybody else perceive that nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how niggas is, the white boy, like you said, the white boy, you know how niggas is, you know what I'm saying? But like once everybody heard him tap every nigga you know head off.
But you know, you got
after that, like
you got haters and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't. A lot
that
of
nigga is
a lot
the
of people didn't want to give him his credit.
Yeah. He harder than a lot of these whole ass niggas.
And he got hands. Eminem not no sucker. That nigga got hands too. He used to box. He not no sucker. You know what I'm saying? And like I said.
I figured that just for a nigga like Proof to even fuck with that nigga. Like, you can't be on no suckers. Proof wasn't on no type of suckers. And I never met him, but I just know so many niggas who do know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they all, one thing that's the common trait was they say he'll blow your shit out.
Hell
quick.
yeah. Them niggas not know when it comes to
You know what I'm
fight.
saying? Like, all my niggas always tell me that shit. I'm like, damn, I wish I could have met it. Because he the perfect nigga to come on this show. Because, you know, this we be real about all that type of shit. I swear to God, nigga, what?
Them niggas.
Man, God bless his soul, man. You know, we recently just came up on the anniversary, too, the other day of him passing, man. So with y'all both be in the building, man, speak on it, man. How y'all feel, you know what I'm saying?
For me,
all these years later, man, like I said, man, to see the world recognizing them now.
I don't come out on that day. That day I don't come out. I don't come outside. You know what I'm saying? On that day right there, I stay inside.
Did you go to the funeral?
Yeah, I was there. The funeral, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Shit, hell yeah. I'm gonna be there. Ain't no fucking way I'm gonna miss that. You know what I'm saying? None of them, none of my peoples.
I was
you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I felt like that nigga was one of my uncles or something. I didn't even know that.
Hell
nigga.
yeah.
Like, this how he was riding for Detroit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was.
I was devastated, man. Then I couldn't believe how petty that shit. I'm thinking, now, if this some real shit, that's different. Like, when I heard the story, like, you got to be fucking kidding me, man.
What, about the funeral?
Nah, when he died, like, you know, what happened? Like, dog.
Oh, the situation.
Yeah, just overall, like, that's some petty. That shit wasn't that serious, dog.
No, it wasn't.
And you know, this thing, man. It was certain
same shit with the Blaze shit. You know what I'm saying? Same shit with the Wipeout shit. You know, I had Art on the show
that's what I'm
last
saying.
month.
That's
you know what I'm
saying?
saying? We was talking about the Wipeout shit and the Blaze shit. I was like, man, that shit ain't. It be the niggas who be around niggas, getting the niggas' ears and all that shit with all that whole ass shit.
Dog.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit, dog. It's certain
Rest
niggas
in peace,
that.
Blade. That's one.
Rest in peace to all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, Wipeout.
Yeah, and it's certain niggas that just gonna make it. They gonna make it something
you know,
like that.
That nigga had just left my cousin Art house. You know, Art was making some of his beats right before he got killed. Man, Art talking about that shit on the podcast. Y'all check that shit out if y'all didn't get a chance.
And it's certain niggas that's gonna try to make it, you know, gonna twist shit up because they happy to see a nigga that was going out for his go down on his sword. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the fear. He was fearless. That's one thing I know about. Like Blade, I knew him too when he was Lucky Luciano. I met him in the studio over at the producer house and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I ain't know him like that. I knew him through my guy Will. But anyway, Deshaun, he was fearless. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. That's the one thing that I know that I know about him. No matter what, dog. And so when people see that, some people over time, they get envious of it. And so they gonna twist the story up to however this and that. But man, come on, you know that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't that. That shit ain't.
But all that, sacrifice and all that.
That shit.
That's why I wanted, like, I'm gonna ask niggas who I know was close to him, like, all that bullshit, all that sacrifice. Like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck would he do that for?
That
man love that man.
You know.
And another thing, man, that like what's homegirl, that Jaguar shit.
Oh man,
Man, please.
man, I don't like her, man. She,
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against her or nothing, none of that, man. But you know what I'm saying? That Proof wrote Eminem raps. That's a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
M writes his own fucking rap.
And
Then
just
they be
that-
like, how the fuck does I
not just that,
understand you was on and all that, but how the fuck was you here? She all talking about when you had time to be at all these different places. Nah, get the fuck off.
Nah, she
She was on. I know she was
Yeah.
singing and doing her
Yeah.
thing and all, but come on, bitch, you
Yeah.
wasn't around no Detroit shit like that. Knock it the fuck off.
Shit, they don't know.
Knock it off. We would have knew
Nah,
you.
they don't
Everybody
know.
knows somebody in our camp would have knew that bitch,
Right.
nigga.
You
If
right,
you look,
you
if
right.
you know what type of circle that D12 and all of them hang in is, then you got to write your own shit.
You write your own shit. Them niggas ain't they write their own shit.
Everybody is, you know what I'm saying? You write your own
They
shit.
write their own shit.
Niggas is
nobody-
lyricists,
Right.
Swift,
Hell yeah.
Beretta,
Yeah.
Lowe's,
Them niggas.
Redbone. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Everybody-
Lyrics, and shout out
Hell
Redbone
yeah.
too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lyricists.
Like
dog.
I said,
you know what I'm saying? Nigga,
when I was in the 8 Mile movie on the movie set, nigga, Eminem is writing his own. He writing the soundtrack that lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You never let it go. He writing that shit on set. So it's like, bro, you know, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like he was writing. He writes his own shit for sure. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Nah, well, I just got a few more questions, fellas. Once again, I appreciate y'all time. I don't want to keep y'all too much longer, man. Shit, we pushed it down there 3 hours, but I'm just really proud of the history lesson that y'all gave us tonight, and this
real,
is very
dog.
important to the city of Detroit. Once again, it's a part of y'all story. It's edge and stone that can never be taken, can never be replaced, can never be duplicated. You know what I'm saying? But I want to ask y'all, man, like, what's coming up next, man? What's going on with y'all boys, man? What's next for Paystyle, B? You know what I'm saying? If that's what you got going on, man, speak on it.
Man, I'm gonna do you know, more music. You know, more visuals. Just keep it popping. You know, keep it pumping. You know. Continue to just evolve with the times. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stuck on what's going on and see what happened with it. You feel what I'm saying? Every day is a dice roll in this bitch. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta shoot the dice. But if you don't shoot, you will never hit. You know what I'm saying? So shit, that's what I'm on. You know.
Yeah.
All music, man. We pumping and
Speak
dumping.
on that music, man. You working on a solo project, man?
Yep.
What you doing, man?
Beef Taco coming right now, like on April 17th. You know, Beef Taco out.
You're gonna have
in
to jump
Stoke.
on some shit too, B. You know I'm making my way back
Oh, we
into
gotta
this rap
do it.
shit.
Let's do
Slowly
it.
but surely.
Hell
you know
yeah,
what
I
I'm
see you
saying,
guys.
man.
You got the setup out here.
Yeah, I'm all right here.
Hell
The mic
yeah,
right
nigga,
there. Shit,
let's-
we can do it, man.
Man,
Shit, I
it's
just had
love.
Joquan send me a verse last night. I'm for the
Oh, say
fuck with that
less.
shit. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
less,
I ain't even
my
got a chance
dog.
to fuck with that yet. You know what I'm saying?
Say less, dog.
Hell
Say
yeah,
less.
man.
Say less. You know.
About to shoot, me and G about to head to a video shoot when we leave this motherfucker, man. Merc fucking with Stretch Money. They doing some shit right now.
Oh, okay.
And then we finna head to the video shoot.
Yeah,
so, you know
yeah.
What I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
But
Shit,
yeah,
you know,
that's what's up, man.
Hell
Shout out, if y'all on social media, shout out all y'all social medias. Let the people know how they can find y'all. You know what I'm saying? And this is Detroit royalty. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. Even before we do that, man. One last thing, man.
What?
6 Mile. You
6
feel
Mile.
me? Speak on it.
6 Mile.
What does it mean to y'all? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that y'all spent a lot of time over there
Oh.
in that area. That's basically where it all. You know what I'm saying?
It helped form who I am too.
Definitely.
Because for me, I
Shout
just
out
know
to
what
my
it means
6
to
Mile.
me. Like I said, I don't
Shout
even
out to
claim
all the
6
real
Mile,
ones
but
that know
Hell
6
yeah.
Mile, like it's so deeply rooted in my family tree. You know what I'm saying? It go all the way back to me
Yeah.
and G United. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man.
without 6 Mile, like we don't have none of this.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
You know what I'm
My
saying?
real ones know who they are. No names need to be spoke. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
What's understood need not to be said. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
real. That was a
Yeah,
bless. That
so-
was a blessing,
Rest
man.
in peace, man. So many of y'all, man.
Okay.
Rest in peace to everybody,
You know what I'm
man. We love all y'all, man.
That was a blessing.
All the ones that's still here and some of the ones that didn't make it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
That
what
was
I'm
a
saying?
real blessing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying?
It showed us a lot coming up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. I learned a lot of game.
A lot of
You know what I'm
games.
saying? I learned, you know what I'm saying?
You know, a lot of what not to do, a lot of what to do. You know what I'm saying?
How to watch a person, how to watch people. You know
How
what
to
I'm
watch people, bro. Like, and
wasn't the biggest neighborhood, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It was you could write a movie on it. You know what
hell
I'm saying?
yeah, it's a movie. We gonna do something too.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that shit real over. That shit real over there.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I ride down 6 Mile every day at some point. Every other day at least. You know what I'm saying?
All my real ones know over there.
BK Paystyle, man.
Yeah, shout y'all information out for y'all social media.
You know what I'm saying? BK Paystyle all across the board. You know, TikTok, X, you know, Facebook, all that. You know, YouTube, shit. Come and get beef taco. It's coming out April 17th. BK Paystyle. Go on wherever favorite platform you want to go on and get it. Support your boy. You know, we in it. You know what I'm saying? We in it to win it, my babies, for sure.
For sure, man. I want to thank you, B, once again. I appreciate your time. Thank you,
Anytime,
Fast,
my
man.
dog.
I love y'all to death, man, for this shit. We made history tonight, man. Anything y'all want to say to the world, man, say to the streets before we get up out of here, man, speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I just wish, you know, everybody come together and quit, you know, killing each other over the bullshit, you know, whether it's women. That's the main thing we fucking beefing over is chicks, man. It's more of them than it is us, and we killing each other for that. And if we could go and get more, it's crazy, you know. So I just want niggas to quit, you know, cause we can make more money, you know, united. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't about money, but once you get the money out the way, then you could do whatever you want to do. So that's my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody quit. You know, you ain't gotta shoot a nigga to go viral, man. You know what I'm saying? Work on your craft. You don't gotta do
no whole shit neither. Disrespect another nigga and shit on
another
nigga.
You ain't gotta shit on another nigga. You ain't gotta shit on another nigga to get it, man. You know, if you gonna get it, you gonna get it regardless, bro. You know?
Yeah. One last thing, fellas, man. Legacy. Let's talk about y'all legacy now. Y'all done shared this dope ass game with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? We done got a history lesson on all these motherfucking stories, especially these proof stories. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it's all said and done, BK, Fats, what y'all want to be remembered for? What y'all want the people to remember y'all for? You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying? God call you home, it's all over. TV off. You know what I'm saying? How did you put it down? How the people gonna remember you? Edge the stone. Cement it.
Man, I just, you know what I'm saying? Real talk. I just want to be remembered like somebody that, you know what I'm saying, tried to bring people together, man. For us to grow. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, I want them to be like, man, you know, we all got our past. We ain't none of us squeaky clean. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, want somebody to really, you know what I'm saying, remember, like, man, he tried to help. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. I feel you on that.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what it was. You know what I'm saying? I try not to judge people. Like, I don't care if you know what I'm saying, you're crackhead. Real is real. You know what I'm saying? If you be yourself, man, I can respect that. I don't care what you know what I'm saying, just be yourself, and you know what I'm saying, and that's what I want people to remember me as, me trying to be myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me, man, I feel like, you know, standing on business, you know, honorable. You know, I'm a man of my word, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. I ain't never fucked nobody over who ain't have it coming.
We from that era where honor was everything.
Everything,
you know
man. Like, you know, honorable, you know, and just, you know, a loyal motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man. Loyalty is a big thing.
You know,
man.
loyalty, man.
Loyalty.
Yeah, y'all two niggas always been solid.
Hell
Day one,
yeah.
always,
You too.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dog, we gotta have a real nigga meeting if nothing.
already
You know
know
what I'm
that.
saying? If nothing else, I gotta
That's
come
why
to
I
the
wanted
Slapz and
y'all
Trapz,
on the
baby.
show, man, because this is about family, my OGs, nigga. Fuck
Hell
what the
yeah.
fuck is y'all talking about? You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
Like,
Slapz
nigga,
and Trapz,
y'all gonna
baby.
get y'all flowers today, goddammit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna wrap this shit up, man. BK, Paystyle Records.
All
Facts.
day.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? RIP Proof. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real. Let's
RIP
get
everybody.
it.
RIP P Dot, man. We love you,
Let's
boy.
get it. I
Go
love
ahead,
you.
B, one more time, man. New album, April 17th, you said?
Beef Taco,
Beef
April
Taco.
17th in the motherfucking stores coming your way. Let's
All
get it, my
streaming
baby.
platforms, man. Before we get up out of this bitch, man, I need y'all to speak on my cousin, man, my big cousin, man, G United, man.
Oh, yeah, G
You know what I'm
United,
saying?
man.
This MBG shit, Sovereign King shit now. You know,
Oh,
it's still
man.
MBG.
Let
but
me tell
we
you
doing
about
the
G
Sovereign
United
King
real
shit
quick.
now. You know what I'm
And
saying?
G-
Share a couple G United stories with me,
Dog,
man.
G
You know what I'm saying?
Unitas, man, that's another visionary. You know what I'm saying? I look at him like he the one that introduced me to Derek Ivory. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's my nigga. What up,
yeah,
Irie?
like he introduced me to a lot of musicians, you know, before I even understood what the music was. He got a vision for it, and he always got a sense of how to bring people together. Like he a master at what he does, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he make music and he don't push a beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I ain't never seen this man push a beat. But this nigga got
He'll tell you how to play that shit.
Hell
Don't play for play.
yeah, he
Play
got
that shit
an
like
ear.
that, nigga.
that nigga got an ear like a
My
motherfucker.
nigga.
And it's
Yeah.
and it's international. Like he you know, he the first motherfucker that let me, you know, hear the French, you know, the motherfuckers rapping over there in France. How them
Shindy
motherfuckers
and all
rapping?
them niggas.
Oh man,
Yeah.
hard shit though.
That shit hard as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about hard shit,
Beats and everything.
bro. And,
Yeah.
they ain't coming with all that old. You gotta go spend
Nah,
$1
they on some
million
gangster
on your
shit. They on some
man.
hip-hop shit.
Come
They
on,
on some-
man. Come on.
Shindy be talking that shit. That nigga on some hip hop.
That
shit,
nigga
That
hard,
nigga got
bro.
Bars, nigga.
Cindy hard, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga hard, bro. I'm talking about hard. So it's like
How y'all feel about my man Courtney Bill? Y'all up on Courtney Bill?
Courtney B.
From
I know
Detroit,
the name.
man. That
Yeah,
nigga
yeah.
is dope, man. You
Yeah, I know
what
the
I'm
name.
saying?
What's one of his tracks?
I
I know
can't
the
tell
name.
you one of their songs, you know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
I just be paying attention to him freestyling and doing different shit. The nigga is
Okay.
a dope, incredible ass MC, man. My
Yeah.
friend Detroit, you know what I'm saying?
A couple of these young, I mean, a lot of these young guys. in
For him to be
Detroit
his
boys.
age, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he even 30 yet. He might be 30, you know what I'm saying? But dog, when I tell you this nigga is dope, it's
Detroit
fuck.
doing it. Yeah, I know his
Man.
name.
What about, man? You got a couple guys, man. Like,
Dog.
hope my man get out. When he get out, man, hope he get back on the track. You got Bambolino. He you know what I'm saying? He cold on the tracks. He got, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nassan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nassan
Man,
doing
what
this
y'all
thing.
riding to? What you riding to nowadays,
Nassan
Fats?
doing this
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
That's it. I mean, I'm still in the 90s,
Yeah.
a little bit of 2000s, but
Yeah.
this a new
You
one.
know
out here.
that all
I'm
day.
right-
That's
I
our
can-
era, baby.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm fucking with like Nassans, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like
the
him. He
Peasies,
dope. He
you know what I'm
dope.
saying?
Yeah.
T Grizzly guys. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with a lot of them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't shut it down because music is growth, you know what I'm saying?
And it's still the home team. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
So
it's
shit,
long-
one win, we all win.
I like that boy 42 Doug too,
Oh, yeah,
man.
Doug be going crazy.
He crazy. He going crazy.
He
And
fucking with Yo Gotti and CMG and them
oh
niggas.
yeah, and my man out from Flint,
Rio.
Rio,
Yeah, Rio
dog. That
going
nigga
crazy. He
Rio
just
going
came
crazy.
home. Yeah, yeah.
Rio going crazy.
Yeah, shout
Rio
out Rio.
going
What up,
crazy.
dope boy? Welcome home,
Yeah,
nigga.
man, you in-
I
Yeah.
think Bizarre.
what's up,
I think
man?
Bizarre opened the lane up for those guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
You
saying?
know what? You right.
I
I
like
never looked at it like that.
Man,
But if
that's
I had
Bizarre
the
King Gordy,
different lane, King Gordy, yep.
King Gordy
yep.
on steroids, like fucking.
King Gordy was on that shit first. He was-
Yeah, that's like that. You know,
man, the Fat Fathers, all of them.
Yeah,
they
man,
go
them
for
my
that.
nigga,
know what I'm
nigga.
saying? You
Oh
get
my
them
god,
all
you
the
heard they
things.
new shit with him and his son, nigga?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, dog. This nigga G called me at 3 in the morning. I'm like, dog. That shit is ridiculous. I ain't know his son can spit like that, dog. That nigga, dog.
Yeah, man, give him their credit, man. Yeah. So, you know, I fuck with those.
Man, I'm fucking with it, though, G. You hear me?
Yeah, that's fucking with it, man.
Man, well, thank you, fellas, once again, man. We're gonna get up out this motherfucker. Slapz and Trapz, Honest Conversation, the podcast, DK, Paystyle Records, OG Fetch in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having
we
me,
out, man.
Oh boy, Slapz and Trapz. Yes, sir. Radio podcast.
See Austin, I see you, baby.
With the slap guy.
We up in here now.
See Austin, the DJ.
Yes. Everybody,
sir.
thanks for tuning in.
I'm Joe Wanda, who
The greatest show on earth.
check it. Word to the slap guy, let's talk. Spend about an hour to compress thought. An honest conversation with C. Austin. Subscribe for the updates. It will be often. With an ear to the street. Kicking that street dung with a clear tongue. Is it clear to my peeps? Good. We can proceed. The guests on this podcast, nothing but some cheese. Smash that subscribe button, that's what it's used for. Ring that bell like you just sold a used car. Slapz and Trapz, radio podcast. Don't compare us to the rest.
We a contract.
Slapz and Trapz Radio.
Slapz and Trapz Radio.
Slapz Radio.